So it was
He was hung by rope.
So isn't that no? I think it wasn't he a Chinese emperor and wasn't he hung?
Yeah.
He was hung.
Some fella who'd done something, the hung him.
It's not a word anymore. He was hung.
Well, don't be doing that again, because you said squoze wasn't a word, and then I showed you a menu today that someone sent, and it said fresh orange.
Yeah.
Squoze.
In inverted commas, and next to it was the word colour, spelt C-O-L-O-R. So, presumably on the American menu, right, in which case, there's loads of American words that we don't use, or it's just a badly typed piece of work.
Anyway, there was a bloke that was hung.
He was hung in that, but he didn't die.
Hung on that, he was definitely a Chinese. Hung on that, yeah. I remember him now, yeah.
He didn't die, and they said, oh, just hang on a minute whilst we change the rope and that, and he stood there waiting, changed the rope. They, tried to, do it again, and, didn't work.
It didn't work, right.
So, they got another rope, right? Didn't work. And then they had to let him go, because it's like there's a well-known saying or something from this thing.
Yeah. Have you seen, do you like, Oh My Car's On by, Tim Burton's new single?
I don't know that I'm actually
It's brilliant. Can we play a bit later?
No.
Yeah, can we play it? Let's play a record now, and we'll, talk more a bit later.
Yeah.
Hey, can you, Carl, would you shut up?
Oh My Car's On, Tim Burgess, brilliant. XFM 104.9. Right, well, we're running out of time here.
Yeah.
We had Carl in a little film, but I think we've really got time for Monkey News, you know?
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Carl?
Yeah, can we do that?
Yeah, let's do Monkey News.
Alright.
Play the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee that Monkey News.
Right, there's this monkey, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think his name was number 6 or number 7 or something, right, in this lab, right? And, anyway, it's in there, with, like, the rabbits and little mice and stuff like that. And,
The rabbit smoking.
the nurse, right, not the nurse, the woman who works in the lab, what would you call her? The nurse?
Depends what turns out her job was. If she was a lab assistant, you call her a lab assistant.
Right.
I mean, they probably call her by her name.
Alright, lab assistant, right?
Kirsty.
So
I think
she's,
it's probably Kirsty.
Right,
Kirsty Morris.
so she's in there, right?
Yeah.
And she don't work with many people and that, she's mainly on her own with, just putting lipstick on rabbits and stuff like that, right?
Chimpanzees her?
So,
Chimpanzee. He's putting on lipstick. Chimpanzee. She's got hairy legs.
he gets pally, right, with this woman, because, he gets to a point when she sees him every day.
That's the way he tries to string out like it's a narrative love story. The chimp put its hand out and grabbed her, and then you thinking he made a move on her.
So,
go on,
he's
let me
allowed
tell
out,
this
he's allowed
Oh,
out,
it's not a story, is it?
he's allowed out the cage and whatever, yeah. So, he's wandering about, and as time goes on, he's watching what she's doing more and more, right? So, he notices, like, the code on the door, right? Whatever, 247 or whatever,
Yeah.
he goes, right, I've clocked that, I've got that, I'll remember that, right? And then he goes, right, there's a lot of lipstick and that knocking about, a lot of makeup.
Right, okay. No, there's no way. No! Because, Steve, you know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen.
So he's there.
It's ridiculous.
And he's going, well, if it's there, you know what I mean? So while she's messing about with the rabbit, he gets there, he's in front of the mirror, putting a little bit of lippy on. Right?
You are no! I know! It's gone too far! No, it's gone too far, Steve.
Your mic's off, Rick. He's finishing the story.
So-
Show mine off as well.
It's gone.
It's looking pretty
I
good.
didn't mention the mascara!
It's looking alright, right? So it knows the code on the door, 247, right? So when she's sort of messing about with the rabbit, right, he goes, right. So it knows the code on the door, 247, right? So when she's sort of messing about with the rabbit, right, he goes, right, here's my chance. He's looking good, 247, out the door, reception man's there, he's like, alright, Kirsty, right?
Don't talk shit!
I Feel Free from Queen, that's pretty much the last track, isn't it, guys? I imagine on XFM 104.9.
Well, I mean, yeah, I've got nothing to say after that. Ridiculous story. I mean, That's worse than the bank robbery to me.
Yeah.
That he clocks out, and the bloke on the desk. All right, Kirsty. Oh, you're 2 foot shorter and hairy.
I
Yes.
look her anyway.
She wasn't a looker anyway. Brilliant. Oh, play a record and say cheerio. We'll see you next week for the last time for a
Just
little.
got Hanson.
Oh, adverts. Oh, I'd love to end with adverts.
See you later. It's brilliant. Going out on a bang. Alright, here we are then. Oh, Scorpio Rising, Death in Vegas on XFM 104.9. About 1:05 Saturday. Here we are again then. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. I can't believe our luck. Oh, alright, Carl?
Right.
Yeah, so what are we doing today then? Producer.
Right.
Oh, sorry, I always laugh instinctively when I hear Carl's name and that word.
Yeah.
Right, well, why is that? Because it is... I had to come up with some new features again for this new year.
Okay. I'm excited.
What have you come up with?
Oh.
We are the backbone of this show, Carl.
Yeah, we'll tell you we've come up with some pretty... What's yours first?
Right.
Go on.
Right, well, Rockbusters.
That's old, that's not a new feature.
Yeah, but we'll keep it.
Right.
For
So
another
you're
bit.
just keeping an old feature?
Okay. No, it's an old favourite. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going, phew, I was worried that he'd lose Rockbusters.
Rick, I've just come up with a new idea. Why don't we just play some records that we like? There's a new idea for 2003.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we can't, Steve? Because the library's out of order.
Oh yeah, the record label, we can't get in there. We're not allowed to get in there.
We had to scrounge something from Capital Gold.
So anyway, right,
Go on.
so we got Rockbusters.
What are they doing with the library? Are they getting some records in that we want to play? Is that their new idea? I know, let's get some records in
Yeah,
that we
they're
want to
thinning
play.
out the Gina G.
Yeah. Falling on Blondes, goodbye. Give that to Foxy. Go on,
So
sorry, Carl.
We'll do, we started Do We Need 'Em in 2002.
Do we need them?
Do we need him? Yeah.
We'll continue that.
Got a new one, haven't
Explain that later.
Yeah.
Right.
you? Yeah.
And then the new stuff comes in.
Ooh.
Right. As always, I like to sort of get words and tweak them and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of either doing something with, there's a lot of weird rituals, isn't there?
A lot of
Right.
weird rituals.
Yeah, there's weird stuff going on around the world.
There is, yeah.
And I was going to tweak that to rituals.
Okay. Right.
Again, starting with the title, the pun first, then working out what it is.
Well, I found some weird stuff.
Oh right, so it's specifically
Just stuff
what?
that goes on, like,
rituals.
there was,
Most of the weird stuff I've heard about happened to you in Manchester in your early years.
well, in India, apparently it's good to have a flat head. So the,
Again, just flirting, just bordering on the racist, but never really gets there. Always.
Well, because there's no intent.
There's no hate. There's no hate. It's just clumsy. It's stupidity. Yeah.
exactly.
Go on. What
Sorry,
do you
so
mean?
what do you
What
mean
do you
they've got-
mean?
it's good to have a flat
What
head?
do you mean it's good to have a flat in India?
We'll talk about it later.
Brilliant.
That's rituals. So
You've
you're
hooked
looking
a
at
few
that already.
people. You've hooked a few in. Go on.
Alright, so I'll have that later.
So it's
hold on.
essentially like educating Ricky, only it's specifically about rituals. Is that strictly speaking what it is?
I
Okay.
suppose so, but then again, you could say radio is all the same because it's people talking.
Okay, Carl. Brilliant. Brilliant
no,
comeback.
Yeah,
So-
really go back. Not all talking nonsense though.
Well,
So that's where we're different. Go on.
also, right, I like teaching you stuff.
Yeah. And you've done well.
So what I'm thinking is, rather than just touching on a topic, sort of giving you a few bits of information on one
See,
topic.
this is what I'd like to do, because the last thing you taught me, I remember, was there was a blind girl, she hit her head and she could see, and that's all I got.
Yeah.
So if you could go into that a little bit more, that would have been educating me.
Well, today we're featuring stuff on World War 1 and 2, right?
Oh.
So that's that little title for all this little thing is what do you think of that then?
What do you think of that then?
Play a record.
So that's
Rick,
that.
can I just thought of a joke?
Go on.
What's the similarity between Lord of the Rings and this show? They're both rubbish.
Watch that man, David Bowie off Aladdin Sane, my favourite David Bowie album. What's yours, Carl?
Yeah, that one's one's good.
Brilliant. So, right, we've got Rockbusters coming up. Do you want to say what we've got to give away there,
Not
Steve?
really, Rick.
Is it really bad?
Well,
What's the film? What's the featured film?
the featured film's not bad, I have to say, actually. You've excelled yourself there. Again, it's just one of those things where I think, what kind of XFM listener would want this particular goodie bag? I know before Christmas, Carl, you explained that the
Look
reason
at
we were
Carl's
giving away...
face, he's disgusted, because he just said, I do a lot of work to get these prizes, and I went, no you didn't, I saw you, he went over to a drawer and went, I'll give that one, and that one. That's what work you put in. You nicked some, there's about 12 Jerry Halliwell videos, one of which we're giving away. It's sort of like,
you've given it away!
oh no!
Yeah, if you'd like Jerry Halliwell's Body Yoga DVD, then, you know, that's one of the treats you can win. But it does, like, if you remember before Christmas, he said that he was giving away a kind of bumper pack of gifts that you might want to wrap up and give to
one
various
for
people.
Uncle, one for
Uncle,
yeah.
one for Auntie. But obviously Christmas has passed, so I don't know really what your excuse is this time.
You eat a lot over Christmas, don't you? Get a bit fat.
Fair point.
Yeah.
So, Jerry Body Yoga is one of them. The recent, on DVD, the recent series of Wiedersehen Pet. Yeah.
Well, no,
that
I mean-
reaction. Could you give me that reaction again?
Well,
Rick?
no, just...
Don't just give me that reaction again. Yeah, brilliant. And actually, I have to say, this isn't bad at all. This is the very best of the Stone Roses CD.
Well, you can't knock
compilation,
that, you can't knock
in fact,
that.
I'll tell you what, we should play Elephant Stone at some point.
Yeah,
today, 'cause it's
we'll
going
have
on.
that, go on.
Madness. I think this is actually tunes from them and not from the musical, although it is tied into the
He
musical.
went to see that musical.
Really?
Yeah, on New Year's, you know what it's like on New Year's Day, there's nothing to do.
Sure.
So you
took
go and see
Suzanne
some
out.
people doing Madness songs?
No, I took Suzanne out for a walk, right?
Yeah.
Went round Covent Garden,
Right.
past the place where it was on.
The stage door was open, you snuck in.
Well, I said Madness are alright. And because when you think about it, Madness songs are quite sort of musical anyway, aren't they? So you can't
They're quite
do-
musical.
Do you know what I mean? They sort
It
of...
means they're
Oh, I
like a
see, right,
musical,
they're like a-
yeah.
like a musical.
Knees up Mother Brown.
I thought it was alright, enjoyed it.
Blur the musical would be good, wouldn't it?
Blur the musical would be excellent.
Yeah, little
So,
Cockney
so
Sparrow.
what, you bought tickets there and then and just went in?
No.
They're not selling, are they?
It was fairly quiet because
No.
we only paid the lower price and we got upgraded for free.
Nice.
So
You
I
enjoyed it,
was-
did you?
No, I'd loved it.
And would
So,
anyone like to come on stage with us?
Yeah.
The little bald fella. Yeah, go on, I'll give it a go.
And what home are you from?
Where are you, what are you doing tomorrow? Well, I'm going, no, you're coming here tomorrow. Come here tomorrow.
Is it not doing well? That's actually disappointing.
I don't know. I mean, it was New Year's Day, so maybe that's why it was quiet.
Okay, well if anyone hasn't seen this or didn't receive it
As
for
Bono
Christmas,
said, all is quiet on New Year's Day, Carl.
also we've got the giveaway Minority Report by
I like that.
Steven
I enjoyed
Spielberg
that.
with Tom Cruise, which is on VHS.
Good Rip Roaring sort of film.
It's not bad. That's probably the best thing we're giving away. But as I say, we can always leave some out if you don't
I'm
want.
arresting you for the future murder of Sarah Marks.
Brilliant. That's the sort of excitement and drama you'll be getting in it.
It's not brand
Little
new.
taster there.
I got that off Paul Anderson. He said
Right.
here's something to watch over Christmas.
So you've actually watched this already?
Yeah.
All right.
I've rewound it.
That's probably added
No, I don't
to
think
it
you
though,
have.
isn't it? It's touched by the great man himself,
Yeah.
Carl Pilkington.
And it's alright, I'd say. It's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us a quick film review?
Just give it a wipe down there, maybe some tripe on it.
Bit unrealistic.
Sure.
Bit unrealistic.
Yeah.
Genius.
A man who finds people who can see into the future.
Whereas our house, that really happened.
Yeah.
God.
Anyway, prizes giving away. What's the competition? It's Rockbusters.
We're doing Rockbusters.
We're still doing Rockbusters. Oh, well, look
We'll
forward to that.
do that in like 15
I
minutes.
need a bit of
and
Coldplay first. I'm doing honestly.
Really? Oh, beautiful.
Come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know
Coldplay, The Scientist. I think they wrote that about Carl.
Yes.
On XFM 104.9. Right, I'm Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington.
Can I just ask Carl how he got on over Christmas? Because the last time I spoke to him, you hadn't bought a present for your girlfriend. I have to say, I was on tenterhooks all Christmas.
Well, you changed it. After that show, I felt bad, even though I shouldn't have done, because...
Because you hadn't bought your girlfriend a Christmas
Yeah, but I
present.
said to you, I booked a table at a hotel in Covent Garden, had Christmas dinner there, which was nice, right? It's good food and everything.
Didn't feel like enough to me.
Well, then I went out and treated some stuff, and then...
No. A couple of days before Christmas, he went, I took Suzanne to that hotel we're going to go to for Christmas dinner. We had tea and cakes. And I went, oh, you treated her? He went, no, she paid for it, but I was just showing her what it was going to be like. That was her extra treat. She paid for it. I love that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, well, it was a day, it was like 150 quid for a meal for two, which is pretty dear, so I'm not going to buy her cakes as well.
I love Alright, love, have anything you want. You pay for your own pudding, I'm not mental.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you treated her to some other
Yeah,
stuff.
some bits and bobs.
What,
And
so
then yesterday,
she chose them and you paid for them?
what, the presents?
Yeah.
No,
Or
no.
you chose them and she paid for them, but, you know, it's the
No,
thought that counts.
I got them on the way home that Saturday.
Well done.
And what did you
From
buy?
shops. Well, just some bits.
Might be personal, Steve.
Well, I don't care.
Just some bits.
Yeah,
Just
but
bits and pieces.
leave out the personal bits. What bits?
Just little things. And then yesterday, right?
A monkey wrench and a new washer for the shower.
Yeah. Some recordable CDs that you need for your job.
Oh,
So,
dear.
now, when you gave those presents to her, did her face light up?
Right. I don't want to tell you what they were, right? But she wasn't that impressed.
You're going to tell us what they were now,
Tell us what they are.
You even know what they are. She told you on Christmas Day.
Hold on, wait a minute.
But it doesn't matter what they are.
It does matter
No,
what
it
they are.
doesn't. It doesn't.
It does, Carl. It's you, mate. Of
No,
course
it doesn't matter.
Oh, God!
You just remember.
Yeah!
Right, but don't. There's no need.
I've got to tell him, Carl. I really want your permission because I don't want to be a, you know, I know it's not, but we know it's not that embarrassing. It's really quite sweet.
Yeah, but in a way, right? The way I look at it is, right? Christmas, even when I was a little kid, right? Is not.
Please let me tell him, Carl.
Well, let me just tell you first. Now.
Oh.
Let me tell you why I didn't go all out on the old present front.
Right. Justify yourself.
Right? First of all, I've covered it up since then anyway, right, with that present, because I bought her some shoes yesterday, and she did say I'll give you the money for them, but when I get home I said it's alright. I said you can have them, right? So not only did I buy her some food on Christmas Day, I got her shoes. She's probably had a
And then you
take.
treat her like a horse.
Yeah.
It's not like, yeah, there you go, there's your shoes, there's your food, right, bed
Yeah.
down, see you later.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
I
she's
have
done.
fed and clothed
Yeah,
her.
did you comb her hair?
She's done well this year, right? So the thing
She's
is,
done well this year. It's like you're a single parent living on a council estate with a smack problem, and you still managed to buy her some Lego.
when I was a kid, right, it wasn't about what you got. I remember one year when I was about 8, right?
Oh, this is going to make me cry, innit, this?
No, it's not. I'm just saying the way it is, right? I woke up at about 4 in the morning, and I was like, oh, what have I got? And I couldn't sleep. I was that on edge. It's the excitement of Christmas, isn't it? It's like, oh, what's wrapped up? I need to know.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that people are saying, no, you won't know until tomorrow.
Yes.
That annoys you and winds you up.
Okay.
So I got up at 4 in the morning,
Yeah.
opened my presents, and then went, right, I know now, went back to bed, had a great sleep.
Yes.
Right? So it's nothing to do with the excitement of what you get, it's the excitement of not knowing what you've got.
And then what happened when you got up to go down with the
So
presents?
but hang on. So what you're saying to me is that you could wrap up a brick because the thrill of Christmas is in hoping and being excited about what it is, not the actual gift itself.
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
That's-
Yeah, but did you get a brick?
No, let me tell him now what he got. He got her a present, right, and she said, she came and said, yeah, he got me. It was an industrial-sized packet of condoms.
It was a joke gift.
No, it wasn't a joke gift.
It wasn't even a joke.
I went home that Saturday after here, past Boots, thought, might have something in here. They were on, like, some value.
Right, you passed the
Were
makeup.
they used?
Right, but
Passed the
anyway,
makeup. You passed all the other.
Past the makeup,
stuff.
past the lovely vanity cases,
Yeah.
the foot spas,
Exactly.
yeah.
Bathroom
Oh,
products.
hold on. How much are these, love? For 100?
Yeah.
$4.99. Yeah.
Do I get them reduced if I buy in bulk?
So how many did you buy? What was it?
I don't know, probably about 100.
Right. Okay.
And is she allowed to use those with anyone?
Did you wrap them?
Can she just
Yeah,
go out and have a
yeah,
wild
yeah.
Well, you don't
time?
need to wrap. They're already wrapped, aren't they? Oh. And then what did she say
So,
when she opened them?
I
No,
just-
wait, God, what did she
Right,
say?
play a record and we'll come back to this. You're worse than my father, that's genius. Made famous, of course, by Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
That's All Along the Watchtower, as originally done by Mr. Bob Dylan.
On XFM 104.9.
So, Carl, just take us through the moment where you gave this gift. Firstly,
So you
were
went
excited-
into Boots, right? You thought, alright, 100 condoms. Brilliant. Okay. Did you wrap it
I don't
up?
know if it was 100, probably 80.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Right?
You don't want to go mad, do you?
Wrap them up.
I'm just resting easy knowing that he's not trying to breed.
Right? No.
Yeah.
So, I got her them, I got her Grease on DVD, 'cause she's
Okay.
always watching that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So just think of when her mum said, "What did Carl get you? Some condoms and grease."
I was gonna say, I'm glad he said on DVD.
And she was surprised anyway, right? Because
Yeah, I bet she was.
no, when she got
she was thinking like jewellery.
no,
That showed her. That surprised you, hasn't it? All right.
So hang on, wait a
You
minute.
thought it was a holiday, didn't you? Yeah, look at your face.
You don't know me at all. So hang on. So did you give these on Christmas Day?
right. What happened is she got in from work that Saturday, right? And I said, look under the tree.
Knackered. Oh, at least it's Christmas. Yeah. At least I'm gonna get a little bit. Yeah,
I said, look, you got some stuff under the tree, right? So
Did you give her a sugar lump?
Right, she was really chuffed with that. But she said she was a bit puzzled because I didn't know we had any wrapping paper, right? So I ended up using wallpaper.
You didn't take it off the wall though. You had
No,
some.
no, it was some left over, right? So she said, why have you used wallpaper? I said, well, I didn't have any paper and you were getting in a bit and I wanted you to have a surprise. So she said, can I have a feel of them? I said, no.
She thought, right, I've got the right thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Christmas Day, I said, no, don't get carried away, it's nothing really good, you know, we said we weren't going to buy each other much. So there you go, open them.
Yeah. Go on.
And
Can I just ask, had you received your present from her yet?
yeah,
So what had you received?
what did they have? Had some shoes,
Nice.
right? Getaway game for PlayStation.
Nice.
I'm just totting up
Just
the value
part
of this.
those,
Go
yeah.
on, yeah.
And just also think about how much fun and pleasure you get from them.
Yeah.
Although, of course, condoms, I can see the
Well,
see the appeal.
Okay. So
yeah,
I think
but
I can.
also add to that bit 150 quid for a meal. If you're going to start totting up, 150 quid for a meal. I bought some shoes, 72 quid.
Yeah, that was after the event, though.
Doesn't matter.
All right, so you received these, dare I say it, thoughtful and nice gifts. You handed over the box of condoms. They were wrapped up. She
Well,
unwrapped them.
yeah.
Go on, take us through it. Walk us through it.
Well, it's not something you play with on Christmas morning.
Oh God. Oh.
But
Right.
But when she opened
What did
them,
she
what did her
say? What did
face
she say?
well, I wrapped them twice as well, so she thought it was something really good.
Extra
It was
protection.
do? Right.
And
So she thought it was something really good.
and then
So the disappointment would be doubled.
Yeah, go on, yeah.
then she just opened it and went, oh yeah, so what's on the telly? And that
Cool,
was that. That was
ungrateful.
that.
What an ungrateful woman that is.
Well, she got stuff.
Fancy not wanting
I told her.
a box of economy condoms from Boots.
I said to her about the thing about, you know, it's all about the surprise and that, innit?
Yeah.
You explained that to her.
Yeah,
What, after she'd unwrapped it?
yeah. And
Thoughtful.
she was alright about it.
Yeah. She understood.
Rick, you know I suggested to him that he buy his girlfriend a gift. I'm worried I've done more damage to the relationship by suggesting that than if he had just forgotten.
Next time you've got to go shopping for her yourself, Steve.
I think I might do.
You've better go shopping for her yourself.
I'm glad it's all over though. It's mental.
Yeah,
It annoys me. The whole thing annoys me, and she knows that as well.
yeah.
She should have. What? She still insists on having Christmas once a year.
Well,
Wow. I'm you know.
no, but well, anyway, what did you get?
I can't think what you bring to the relationship, Carl. I don't know what it is she's getting from you in this relationship. It's like she's
I
doing
think
all
we
the
know.
work. Oh, yeah.
80 times. Oh God, God! I love it. You're brilliant. I know what she's getting. He's the.
What though? He's not thoughtful.
No, but he's thoughtful. He's the best he can do with the brain he's got. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
He's doing his best. He's absolutely doing his best. There's no.
He's working at the limits of his powers.
Do you know what I mean? Though he's done as well as he can with what he was given.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
and that's admirable.
Yeah.
It's like I think he's done better than you'd expect. I bet his teachers didn't even think he'd get this far. Do you know what I mean?
What? Find a girl.
No, well, yeah, a job, a girl.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Clothe himself. He's done really well. What do you think, Carl? You think you've done well?
I think I've done alright compared to some of my mates.
What are they doing now?
Probably not that much. Do you know what I mean? Mrs. Matthews said I wouldn't be an high flyer. I think I'm doing alright.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I have a holiday every year. Got somewhere to live and that.
Yeah. Got a new flat, haven't you?
Yeah, so...
So where are they then? The condoms? Are they? Did she show them to her family and friends?
No,
Take them into work. Look what
I'm
Carl got.
surprised she told Ricky, actually. I was a bit disappointed in that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't go shouting around.
Well, she was
what
so
I got.
excited, Carl. Clearly, she was just so pleased and proud.
Alright, play record, we'll come back to it.
No, that's it now.
A new day, another morning after. Leaning back on my chair in a greasy. No. Oh no, that's it.
Streets, Don't Mug Yourself, XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington, a regular Santa Claus.
I'll leave it.
Oh dear. So, Rockbusters,
Rockbusters, first one of the year.
do you want to explain it? In case we've got
just
some
in
new
case
listeners.
Some new listeners.
Might have, you never know.
Chance to win some stuff. I give you like a cryptic clue and some initials, and it sort of makes up a band. So an easy one that we did at the start was an exploding pet, AK, atomic kitten.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So there's 3 of them. It's email only. You email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk and you win all that stuff Steve was talking about. Right, first one, £42 for a torch. £42 for a torch, that's a bit pricey. That's D. Right?
That's D.
Yeah, right.
Just give us it.
Write that down. So £42 for a torch, that's a bit pricey, isn't it?
A little bit of enhancement.
Yeah.
Bigging up his throat. Oh,
Okay, that's D.
That's D. The second one, he'll fit some chocolate to your feet.
Say that again.
He'll fit some chocolate to your feet.
Is that he will fit some chocolate to your feet? He'll.
Yeah.
He'll fit some chocolate to your feet.
And the initial there is A.
That's A.
Yeah. And the third and final one, do you think your kid will get that strawberry for me?
Do you
Right.
think? Say it again.
Do you think your kid will get that strawberry for me? That's WP.
Right, now I'd just better warn people, you really got to get into the mindset of Carl here. These are not real cryptic clues. These are not cryptic clues that you do in the Guardian or the Times crossword. There's usually something wrong with them. It is usually, what's the word? Completely change the word in order to make it fit.
Yes.
Often. So just be careful. Don't be surprised.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do you want to give us them again very quickly?
Alright, first one, 42 quid for a torch. That's a bit pricey, isn't it? Alright, that's D. Second one, he'll fit some chocolate to your feet.
Can't think of anything. I can't think.
That's A.
And do you think your kid will get that strawberry for me? WP. Right, so
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Some great prizes to be won.
yeah.
Richard Ashcroft, Science of Silence. Steve, if there was a record of the week, that would be a record of the week.
You're a big fan, I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Let's make it record of the week.
Yeah, that's record of the week. Richard Ashcroft.
Excellent.
Science of Silence.
Brilliant.
No one gives us anything anyway. These pluggers, they come in, we get things like homemade bands that they've pressed it in their garage.
Yeah.
You can hear their mum in the background going, "What are you doing?"
Exactly.
Mum! I'm recording this for XFM! 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. Carl, what have you got for
I
us?
was just thinking, the irony is, we're the only people on this station, I think, who play their own records, aren't we?
I know.
There's loads of people who do.
Rubbish.
John Kennedy plays what he wants.
He's on in
Yeah,
the
but he's
night.
he's on 3 o'clock in the morning, no one's up.
Zoe on drive, she plays some stuff.
What do you mean, what does she play?
Fat Boy
Whatever she
Slim,
wants to
probably. Here's another remix.
You know,
I won't say who it's by.
Christian plays some of his own.
Does he?
Yeah, so
Yeah, they're probably novelty songs, aren't they, buddy?
right, listen, right, yeah, New Year and all that.
He's great, isn't he?
Rockbusters is on the way. We're getting some good stuff coming in.
I have to say, I'm amazed. Every answer I've had so far has been correct. I listen to the clues, I've got no idea. And I know you, Carl, I spend time with you.
Have
I
you
know
seen
how
the
you work.
XFM listeners? Well, of course they're the same as Carl.
Sure.
Of course they've got the same mindset.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
So what did you do for New Year, incidentally?
Well, I cocked it up a bit. Right?
You're joking.
Go on,
You're
do it,
joking.
go.
You're joking, mate. Go on.
I went and booked a
You got the
table.
wrong day.
No, right? booked a table at a restaurant that was shut. Right?
What?
I booked a table at a restaurant, and the one that I called, it wasn't the one. The call had been diverted. So Suzanne said, "Call them up and see what they're serving." Right? because I forgot to do that when I booked the table, right?
That's great anyway.
Because the thing is, right, it's a restaurant in Covent Garden, but they've got one in Victoria. But when they answered and they said, no, Victoria, I thought that was the person who was answering the phone. Do you know how some people say the name?
Right.
So then when I called them up and said, what
you thought he sounded a bit funny.
Right? So,
I'm confused, Carl, but probably not more.
Well,
no more than you would have been on the
it was a branch of a. He doesn't want to give the restaurant away, so he phoned it up. There's one in Covent Garden. They answered the phone.
So it's not the restaurant's not called No.
No. They said no, Victoria.
Why can't we name the restaurant?
I don't know why. It's not libelous.
Are we scared that are you scared people are going to sort of see you in there because it's your regular home?
No, it's just that, you got to pay for stuff, haven't you?
Right.
I mean, it's...
Okay, anyway, so you've
I
got...
I mentioned it before New Year, but it's not...
So did you go all the way to the restaurant to find out that it was closed?
No. What happened is I called...
Was that the name of the restaurant again?
Right, the restaurant's called Christopher's. They've got one in Covent Garden, they've got one in Victoria. He phoned up, he went to book, it's a lovely restaurant, I've been there often, I recommend it to him. He phones up, said, can I have a table for he said, no problem, sir. Right? And then, so I said, oh, we better call up, see if they've got any haddock on the, menu. And he went, hello, and they went, hello, Christopher's. Victoria went, Victoria? I went, yeah, he went, oh, no. That's it, innit?
So then, I just said, no, forget it, I'm not going all the way over there. So I cancelled it, right? So, when I called up Suzanne and said, look, I've made an error. The place we were going to is shut.
Was she surprised again, or?
So we're not going, so she said, oh, try some other places, and I did. They were all booked up, right? I was fed up anyway. I hate New Year. It's always like this, isn't it? So I said, look.
You know the common factor in all these stories? You hate Christmas, you hate birthdays, you hate New Year. It is you.
Right.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll sort something out.
Yeah.
So I went to Tesco.
Leave it with me. Went to Tesco's, boots were shut. Got a lovely plate of condoms.
Did you just stay in and play with her birthday?
Blowing them up. I've done some balloons.
Well, it was. We did stay in. And I watched that thing that, 100 Greatest Moments, which was annoying me. Did you see, there was a nudist on it? You know how I feel about them.
Yeah.
Right? Did you see him?
Man with two knobs.
There was a man with two knobs on it, and a nudist who, just like wanders about the house.
But it said, and when he visits people, I was thinking, oh, good, let's him visit. I go,
Exactly, yeah.
But he must go there with trousers on and go, hello, lovely to see you. Can I just pop all these off? Well, not really, no.
And I tell you what annoyed me the most, they had a white sofa. If you were a nudist, you'd get a darker one. Right? So anyway, right, so we ended up watching that. That annoyed me. And then I was tired by about 11, and I said, oh, let's go to bed. And she said, you can't. And that annoys me, the fact that, because it's New Year, you got to stay up, and it's like, well, why? Can't we just... You should bring it forward, so in case you want
to quarter to 10.
Well, you stay up, and it's like my eyes were dead heavy, and I was like, oh, I want to go to sleep. So just stay up, and then it's midnight, and you go Happy New Year, then you go to bed.
Well, not everyone, Carl. Some people have a little party.
So
it's over with anyway.
Yeah.
So, are you 86 years old? Do you ever enjoy... You never seem to have any fun, Carl. This is what disappoints me. This is what worries me. I feel like you're going to die...
You're here, Carl, with us two. We've got three, as I was just saying to Steve, three of the greatest comedy minds ever in one room, and Steve pointed out since the goodies.
True.
Do you know what I mean? Well, I mean,
it should be Party Central.
Yeah.
So anyway, right, so this is when I spent time thinking of new ideas.
Right.
So that's when I came up with, what did I come up with? Rituals.
Yeah.
This is about, it's good to have a flathead in India.
And just run us past
Just
that
run, yeah.
It's good to have a flathead in India.
Is that it?
Well, what they do is they put wood around your head and sort of clamp it, and the flatter head you've got, apparently the more attractive in some part of India, can't remember. So that's a ritual.
So I don't know where to start with this.
No.
Well, leave it. We'll be doing that. Well, we've done it. That's
so that was the first one, wasn't it?
That's that for this week!
Right. We've also got Do We Need 'Em, which we carried on from last year, which is finding out, what animals we need in the world, which ones we can get rid of. I'm talking to experts and that, finding that out. We're doing Rockbusters, that's underway, we're getting emails in. And, what do you think of that then?
What do you think of that then, of course?
I love this that he treats this show like it's a checklist for what he's got to pack for holiday.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? He just goes, sun cream, it's all like, it's done. Look at his face!
No, but I try and come up with stuff that people will remember and go, that's interesting, I'll tell my mates that in the pub. Another one I'm thinking of doing. Do you know the film Around the World in 80 Days? Around the World in 80 Gervais. And what I do, I give you like little things, like little bits of information about countries, so that if you go, you'd go like, oh, I don't want to go there.
It's just terrible thing to say, and I apologise. I can't think of the PC word for it. But I think Carl is slightly retarded.
Yes. I was just thinking the same. Yeah. Yeah. Is there something we can do about that? Is there...
Just play a record. Just keep the.
Could we get ourselves registered as a charity?
I think so.
Badly Drawn Boy, Born Again.
On XFM 104.9.
I was just looking to see if that's a new single. It looks like it probably is, Rick, if that's of interest to you.
It's a new one.
Yeah.
So, well, first of our regular features with Carl, we've got Rockbusters. That's rolling. There's people coming in. They're getting them right. I don't understand myself.
As ever, Rick, you'll be amazed and confounded.
So I don't know the answer, and I haven't looked at the answers. I just like that moment. It's like when you go down Christmas and you're excited about a present, and it's like some condoms. You know what I mean? Well, I love that.
That moment.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know how he's going to top that next year.
I don't know how he's going to top that. All I can think of is some corn plasters. Right.
It's alright, love. The batteries are included.
Got your pumice stone. Right now. Do we need them?
Do we need them? It's something we started a few weeks ago. We're always talking about animals and insects and that, and it's like, you know, if you took an animal out of the world, would we have problems? Right?
Would it make any difference?
Yeah, would it make any difference?
We did jellyfish last time, didn't we?
Yeah,
we sorted that out.
The woman said we've got to keep them.
We do need them because turtles eat them.
Yeah. So I've moved on. Octopus.
Do we need the octopus?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
I'm working through a load of animals, right, that and finding out whether we need them or not, right?
Right.
Because, like, jellyfish, to me, I'm a bit puzzled by them. I don't really know why we need jellyfish, and I spoke to someone.
The darkness growing on me on XFM 104.9. Oh, it's all going well away, isn't it? Microphones fell apart. Carl's shouting because he got headphones on.
His music's turned up too late.
Canfield level. God, it got pre-out. Look at him giggling. Look at him laughing. That's so funny because I got a letter here from who was it from? Mike Heel, who sent me a little picture of a little Japanese fella from a film who said looks like me, and he does a little bit. But he says, please can you make Carl laugh? I've never heard him utter as much as a snigger, and I'm worried he may have a genetic disorder. Well, I mean, he has got a genetic disorder, obviously, but he was giggling then. I hope people heard you then. Look at his little face.
It was a joy.
I love the things that make him happy.
But I love the fact just microphone came up there just before the record finished. He had his headphones on, the music was too loud, and he was just shouting, "Bauhaus, it's not working! Bauhaus, it's not working! I have to play something else!"
I went and found Ziggy Stardust by Bauhaus, and I said, why isn't it working? Look at him giggling! Look, he's lost it! Is he going away? Are you on drugs, Carl? What have you done? He's tickled. Look at his little... He looks like one of those shaved monkeys. Look at his little... Oh my god, I've never seen a forehead glow.
I know, it's extraordinary.
Oh.
And he's got that red shirt on as well, so the whole of him is just a big glowing...
Carl, what are you trying? What are you putting in?
I'm going to see if I can get this to work.
Go on then.
Hang on.
Brilliant radio. I hope Dr. Fox is listening, because I think he's eating his words right now, Steve.
Right, I think I've done it.
Well done. That's excellent.
Right, what
Let's play Bauhaus now, and let's try and compose ourselves. This is Ziggy Stardust by Bauhaus. That worked, didn't it? So you panic over, calm now. You're on early soon, aren't you?
Yeah.
You got to go off early.
Well, about
How many hours have you had? Because I only ever have time off when I'm working, like doing another job, like, you know, filming or so. But you seem to have a lot of holidays, just like, and you were sick as well. You were just like, because you had wet trousers, which is a little bit. Do you not care about the job? I mean, I've got to ask because, you know what I mean, if I was in charge, I'd worry about your motivation or... Because yesterday we were trying to work out what you enjoyed doing, and we got to Manchester United and moaning. And that is the two we came up with.
I don't know where you get the moaning thing
You're
from.
always whinging.
About what?
Everything.
When did I last have a moan?
Just before we came on here.
Right, and why was that?
I don't know, I can't remember. Because we were in a good mood, me and Rick.
I'll tell you why.
Go on.
Because you brought a song in at 10 to 1
Yeah.
with a load of effing and jeffing in it. And saying, can you edit this?
Yeah. But that's your job.
You could have brought it in yesterday.
No, I couldn't.
Why not?
I hadn't thought of it. But why are you whinging? That's your job. And I didn't come in 10 minutes before. It was a good 20 minutes before. It just took you ages because you were whinging and moaning to even get started.
I'm not being dragged into this.
You are always...
I'm on my holiday now.
Well, not yet. No, you're not on yet. You're still working.
Well, that's what's funny. This isn't even work, right? And yet it should be. Compared to what I do in the week, this is a doddle.
Well, that's because you're not putting any effort in, clearly. Where are you going anyway? Where are you heading?
Cornwall.
Yeah? What's happening down there?
Well, there's a monkey world.
You're excited about that?
You don't see that. Probably go twice to that. Whilst I'm down there.
How long are you away for? The whole week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
This is with your parents, isn't it?
yeah. Taking them out.
What do you think your father will be up to? What's he going to be nicking on this holiday?
Well,
Tin. There's a lot of tin in Cornwall.
He's,
Since they've shut the mines.
He's just called Suzanne, said they've got there. Said it's a nice little place.
There'll be no towels when you get there.
So what are you gonna do? Just gonna chill out and sort of like go to the pub and stuff?
Yeah, like I say, I mean, all I've got planned is probably probably Tuesday and Thursday at Monkey World.
What about Wednesday? What are you thinking of Wednesday? Just one around
Just sort of think about,
King Arthur and that. Where he was down there, wasn't he?
I don't know, but I'll tell
Where are
you
you going?
something.
What town?
I don't know where it is.
Doesn't matter.
Sorted it out.
Yeah, she's sorted it out. I
Just-
joined the phone to her saying, well, pack 2 pairs. Poor woman, she's packing your bags for you.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
You'd spend more time at home if Steve didn't come in at 10-2 with a rap record with, like, obscenities all over it.
yeah, we'll play that next week.
Well, you didn't even get the job done, that's the thing. We can't even play it because you didn't get finishing time.
I tell you what, that Method Man, if he doesn't stop effing and jeffing, it's the end of his career. In my opinion. All this F that and yo Jeff, I'm a Jeff myself. Or I'm hanging out with my Jeffs. It's terrible.
Jeff,
and we know you can't put out the J word on XFM.
Oh, Mother Jeffer.
So we haven't got that, but what we have got,
Go on.
Monkey News.
We've still got a monkey news, have we?
That's sorted out, that's coming up.
Yeah.
Blockbusters.
Yeah. Well, last chance. Definitely your last chance this time. You actually improved a little bit last week. You did a couple of good ones.
Yeah, same again this week. And,
Cheeky Freak?
The controversial cheeky freak of the week, where Carl finds a human being with some sort of congenital or imposed deformity, or So and we talk about that in a wry way. Do you think that's big and clever?
no, but that's just it. It's never about taking the mickey out of someone, right? It's to make you think,
I'll tell you what isn't big and clever.
how lucky you
A
are.
dwarf with learning difficulties.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
We'll explain it to you. That's the forthcoming single from British Sea Power. That's called Carrion.
That's nice and retro. That's the end of the 70s Bowie. That's great. On XFM 104.9. That's just some of the records
That we've played so far.
Do you know what I mean? You've had The Darkness, you've had Bauhaus. It's like, can it get any better, Carl, do you think?
like I say, we've got Monkey News coming up.
Guess what? I lost 400 quid cash this week.
Gambling?
No, that's tragic. This is why it gutted me.
It wasn't even on your gambling account.
No, I had a photo shoot, I had a suit, right, and I'd claimed back some expenses, and I had it in my pocket, and then when I took the suit home, it must have fallen out in the street or the cab, and I remembered it, and I went every pocket twice, and it was just that, I don't think about, oh god, that's terrible, that's a terrible blow. I think, oh god, if I had it back now, it would be free money.
Yeah.
If I suddenly found it now, I'd have £400 that was just free money, and I had a little nap to get over it, and I was,
And you were fine.
I was okay. But that's got someone just found what a gift that is.
Oh.
Just, I mean,
Was it in a money clip? Was it rolled up in a money clip?
No, it was just literally 400 quid in an envelope. And
that's
so
a
that,
treat.
I know. See, I'd always hand it in. I genuinely would, unless I found it in the middle of a forest or something. If it was in the street, Do you know what I mean, though?
Because a bear dropped it.
Yeah. But I mean, if I found it in a pub or a cab, I'd just hand
or
it
it
to
escaped
anyone
the
who was
rummaging
in.
through.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But I'd hand it in. But there's no way, if they found it in the street, there's no way they can do it. You know, it goes to the police station and it sits there for 6 months, but...
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's not, it's a waste of time, pocket it. But, because when I was younger, I remember being outside the post office once when I was about 10 or 12, and finding a purse, and thinking, oh, that's nice. And opening it up, there was some money in there, and a pension book, and so it was obviously an old lady. I found an address, I sent it to her, and my mum said, you know, you've been so good there, you'll probably get a little reward. She'll probably send you a little reward. Nothing! I got maybe a thank you note, but no cash, no moolah, nothing.
Really?
And I was livid, because I'd been told that I was going to get a reward. I thought I've been a good Samaritan, nothing. So, many moons later, when I was at university, I learnt from that, and this is the most bizarre thing.
This explains a lot, doesn't it, Carl?
This is like the Mary Celeste. I went to a cash point to I thought, I can't get my card in here. And I realised there was already somebody's card in the machine. They'd put the code in, but then they just disappeared. They'd been kidnapped or something. So it was just there, waiting, sitting. Said, what do you want to do? And it gave you a number of options. I thought, interesting.
Steal or go to heaven?
Yeah, exactly.
He went, oh dear.
Well, I pressed balance, just to check what their bank balance was.
Unbelievable.
It was a considerable sum of money. I'm not going to lie to you. It was not typical student debt. It was like, I think they were a foreign student. There was a lot of cash in there. A lot of money.
Did you feel a slight bulge in your trousers when you saw the amount of money?
I couldn't believe my luck. I thought to myself, now then, I could just take that card out and hand it in, or I could teach them a small lesson,
Right.
and maybe give myself a reward, because last time I did that, I did get a reward. So if I give myself £30, then I'll take the card out.
30?
Give myself 30.
You didn't really?
Well, I thought that's a good reward, and I went in, I handed the card in, I took that
Steve,
and that's a little reward for me. And I'll tell you this, don't think it's evil, because I went in and I bought everyone a drink.
Well, brilliant.
Yeah, I didn't tell them I got the money for it.
Well done. Excellent. So probably gangsters are quite generous with the money they've stolen from other people.
Yes, but someone's negligence, Rick, has lent... The thing is this,
Steve, I believe it, except they're buying people a drink, Carl. What do you think?
Well, I kind of thought that when he said it, but then I thought, but they'll be buying him back.
So he's still
that, so in a way, he's still a winner.
Everyone's a winner in that situation, including the student, because frankly, if there had been a less scrupulous person who found it, they'd have probably helped themselves to a considerable sum.
I cannot believe he did that.
There was thousands and thousands of pounds in there.
What if Beadle jumpped out and slapped you with his little claw and said, we've been filming this merchant?
Well, what? So what?
How old were you then?
I don't know, 19, 20?
Would you do it again, or was it just to get the world back for the old lady's purse?
Possibly do it again, yeah.
You're joking!
Well, you've got to think of it this way. You've got to think of it as there was a lot of money in there, and someone less scrupulous than me would have taken a fortune. They'd have cleaned them out. Whereas I just took a small reward, which I thought was more than enough for someone's negligence. And I've returned the card, they've got the card back, everything's fine. Think of someone else. I could have gone on a spending spree, I could have been buying stuff, all sorts.
Yeah, but it wasn't yours at all.
Yes, but they probably would have given me a reward, and because, you know, sometimes people forget, or, you know, they don't give you a reward, I thought I should
You had to
take it
go at your
myself.
dad for nicking a loaf of bread out of a phone box.
Yeah, but that's because it's for old people, geriatrics and
How
stuff.
do you know how old was your people you were robbing from?
It was on a student campus.
Wow.
I think it was more, I thought it was excellent behaviour. I thought it was
that's
good, honourable
incredible.
behaviour.
That's showing another side to him, isn't it?
What would you have done, Carl, in that situation? And tell the truth.
I might have helped myself a little bit.
There you are. I don't know what this is helping
No,
yourself
but-
a bit.
Like you say, just sort of, you know, send it back and sort of say, you know,
If you find a £1 coin in the street and you can be bothered to bend over for it, then have it. But someone's Cashpoint card or personal belongings...
I'd let them know though. Did you send it to them and say, I've you know, service charge included. I've took that out already.
No, I handed it in to the...
Let them know? What do you mean you'd let them know?
I'd say, you know, you're lucky here. Right, I just took, I'd probably take 20, actually.
Okay.
Because that's just like one note.
Right, okay. You are winding me up.
No, I'm not. I mean, not for once. I mean, I know what Steve's like. He is tight, right? He is. And you know that, don't you, Steve?
Financially, you mean?
Well, no, I mean, just the way you are. You're very sort of, you know, you're not wasteful with your money.
I'm careful. No, I'm not wasteful. Absolutely right.
No, but to the extreme.
Not towards this extreme. Not towards the extreme.
No.
Look
Come
after
on,
the
come on
pennies,
now.
the pounds will take care of themselves. Alright? Simple to remember, good advice.
Yeah,
Alright.
but the thing is, right, I know that I take the mickey out of you for, like, you know, the way you look and stuff.
Sure.
Right.
Well, I'm right back at you.
But the thing is, you can't help that.
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you something that women don't like,
Sure.
and it's fellas who are tight with the money.
Sure. I'm not frugal with money with ladies. I'm frugal with money with you.
Well,
I've got no reason to splash money out on you.
I've never seen you splash money out.
Well, you've never been out with me.
Have you ever, Steve? Have you ever splashed out on a lady?
No, but I hope to one day. The right lady.
Play a record. We're out of time on XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. Talking of money, Steve. Look at this, right? It's in the paper. A wife has had her beauty insured for £100,000 in case she grows ugly and her husband walks out. Nicole Jones, 26, of Chipping Sodbury, Gloucestershire, says £200 a year, pays £200 a year for a policy. She arranged it as a present for her husband Richard. Her beauty will be judged by a panel of builders. So,
have they been selected beforehand, do you think? Do insurance companies know who they are? I assume they're complete strangers.
So it's in 30 years' time, he looks at her and goes, well, you've lost your looks. She goes, well, have I?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, have I? Calling the panel. Some bills come out. Yeah. Alright, get him out for that. Well, never mind that. It's yeah, she's lost it. Right,
Well,
100 grand.
well,
100 grand coming your way.
They stand on some scaffolding.
Yeah.
She walks by,
Yeah.
and if they will thistle,
That is amazing.
do you think they give her a quote first?
Yeah, what if they say, actually, love, you've got nothing to lose. You're not an oil painting anyway.
Yeah. We can't come round and judge your beauty for at least.
I mean, that is just open to abuse, isn't it? £100,000. Because I remember in Japan, they're mad on golf, right? And if you get a hole in one, you buy everyone, you throw a party, and it was costing them like thousands and thousands of pounds. So they were insuring themselves against getting a hole in one, and so miraculously, everyone was going, I got a hole in one. Did he? Yep.
Yeah.
Paying that insurance. I mean, they could be in that together, couldn't they? They're
bizarre.
not. I'm sure they're not. They're probably more honest than you two that would take 20 quid out of a cash point. But, you know...
No, 30.
30. I like the wording, though. A wife.
Yeah, a wife. The word wife.
The word wife.
It's a... I don't know why it make... I just find this is an odd word. This is my wife.
Hello, the wife.
Yeah, the wife.
My wife.
It just seems a word that you have to say if you're 60. You
Yeah, I know.
Have you met the wife?
And even then, ironically, unless someone you don't know exactly, are you married? Yeah, my wife is from. You know what I mean?
that makes sense. But it's the wife.
People go, oh, better get back. I'm meeting the wife for dinner. But especially when you know them.
I remember bumping into someone, friends of mine, somewhere at a party, to a couple that I knew, and I'd known both of them before they got married. In fact, I'd known her, I think, longer. And I said, where's so-and-so? And he went, the wife will be along in a minute. And it's just this notion that, use her name.
I know she is.
I know her name. I used to call her by that. Why?
It's like someone going, you know I'm married. You know I'm married.
It's like showing
in the
off.
eyes of God, we are wed.
Exactly.
Yes, that makes me more of an adult than
it's
you.
the ownership. Yeah, it's like going, you know I'm a real man. I've got a wife, and here she is. She's my wife.
I find it, there's the words that I find hard to say. In a shop, I can never ask for wet ones. Do you know what I mean? If I have to go and ask for wet ones, I won't bother. Or toilet duck. Another one I have a problem with, I never say, Snickers.
Why?
Dunno. I think it's I grew up with Marathon.
Yeah. See, this is so pathetic, I still get embarrassed buying toilet paper.
Really?
You know, if you go into like your 24-hour shop just around the corner, not a supermarket, big shop, but if you just go in there and you're just maybe buying some milk,
Yeah.
a chocolate bar, because it's like they know what you're up to.
No,
But they know you're going to use it to, you know, when you go to the lavatory at some point. It's too intimate.
But exactly, you just go, I know what you're thinking, I'll be using this after masturbation. Thus saving all embarrassment.
It goes with the porn mag
Elvis Costello, Alison, from way back on XFM 104.9, a retro cut.
Indeed.
Wow. Up to the modern day, the newest game show around, Rockbusters.
Whee! Isn't there a jingle?
It'd probably be something like, Oh, Rockbusters. It would be very along those lines. I've got to work it out, but I mean, let's go without it for now. I know they'll be all ready next week.
Excellent. The prizes, once again, sourced by Carl Pilkington. I think it's been in the prize bag before, Carl, but good to see it back. The best air guitar album in the world ever.
Do they keep sending it back? Is that it comes through the window, tied to a brick?
Actually, there's a lot of good stuff on there. There's the Kinks.
Knopfler? Is there Knopfler?
Knopfler, I believe, is on there.
Is Clapton
T-Rex.
anywhere to be seen?
Definitely Clapton, I would have thought. A Deep Purple. We got Quo, Skinnerd, Mac, Snake is there, Straits, excellent, and there's all sorts on there, obviously.
Yeah.
This is always an odd choice, but fair enough. This is the current album by the Yardbirds, their first studio album in 35 years. So the new music station XFM giving away that. Excellent. I suppose it's new music in some ways. A smash hits compilation. We got stuff on there. It's Aha, it's Curiosity Killed the Cat. It's all the old favourites. Plus 2 DVDs. Columbo.
What Columbo?
It's got a couple of classic Columbo episodes there. Suitable for framing.
One of the best TV programmes of all time.
Why do I get... You can always tell immediately who the villains are. Suitable for framing. I'm assuming that's some kind of art dealer.
Yeah.
An artist. Candidate for crime. Presumably some kind of presidential or political candidate. That'd be good, I'm sure. Columbo. I mean...
Stab Woman. That was my favourite episode. Stab Lady Wife.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not sure why... Who would buy a Columbo DVD? Like, you can't find it on TV.
It's on now. It's on now. I guarantee, because someone could maybe email in, is there an episode of Columbo on now anywhere that got cable or digital? I think it will be.
Almost certainly.
But it is great.
And the other DVD here is Cruise of the Gods, which was the one-off TV kind of film, comedy film that was on at Christmas, featuring Rob Brydon and Steve Coogan. It's good.
Williams.
So, there's a few gifts there, not bad.
Right, now we get to the real deal. Okay, this is what everyone tunes in for. This is Monkey News, I think. Not the music. Go on.
Well, there we go then.
Yeah.
3 cryptic clues and
Wow.
that, and just work it
Really
out.
cryptic, but
Easy as that. Email in.
It's email in.
Right.
What's the email address?
ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Well, don't say that I know it or care.
Well, I think. Yeah. So the first one, he's got American coins all down his spine. Right? He's got American coins all down his spine. What band's that? What artist is it? Email in.
What's it begin with?
What? N.
I know it, I've got it already.
Right,
That's
N.
rubbish, too easy. Yeah,
Right,
go on
second
next.
one. Jeremy Beadle has got arthritis. Right? Jeremy Beadle has got arthritis.
Yeah.
That's the second clue. The initials there, SLF. Right, SLF. Jeremy Beadle's got a little bit of arthritis. And the third one, Foxy, Shipman, and a country western singer on a merry-go-round. SD, right? So Foxy, Shipman, and some country western singer having a go on a merry-go-round. The initial SD, right? So email in, ricky.gervais.
I'm intrigued with that one. I'm genuinely intrigued with that one.
I like the fact there's a certain whiff of controversy about it, because Shipman is mentioned.
I know, yeah. Oh,
A little bit
dear.
edgy there.
So that's the 3.
He's from your neck of the woods, isn't he, as well, Shipman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your mum's mum used to use him.
Okay, let's play a record.
Well, not play a record, or play some adverts. Do you fancy some else?
Oh, I'd rather adverts, yeah. So
I've got something.
Placebo, this picture on XFM 104.9. Steve,
Yes.
I think Carl's going to put most people to shame. We were talking about generosity earlier, because Carl is a nice, generous bloke when it really comes to it. He's paying for Father's Day. He's paying for the cottage that he's going away with his dad.
Are you really, Carl?
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's no way of us proving if that's true or not.
What do you mean?
Well, you could be lying.
Why would I do that?
Well, because you want to show off.
I didn't do it on air, you mentioned it. I don't want people to know how generous I am. Just do it, just get on with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, charity work and that.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I'd have thought that you wouldn't have fallen for Father's Day. I'd have thought you'd have known it was like...
Well, we don't, I mean, to be honest, it's a bit of a coincidence, because I paid for it anyway, and it's happened to fall on Father's Day. Right?
But don't
and my
buy a
dad's
card,
not normally that bothered.
don't fall for it. I mean, obviously that and Mother's Day, and a plethora of other things were, I mean, literally invented by card companies to make more money.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, my dad always says don't get him a card or anything, because he hates it. With all these things that I'd like, rip-off times, really, just ripping people off.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit stingy, doesn't it?
Well, no, I mean, he's right. Yeah. He's right. It's just because fellas aren't bothered about getting cards anyway, are they? But the other thing that he noticed, helping out the flower companies with Princess Diana thing when she.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So when
Carl, what do you mean? What do you mean?
That's what he said. He said, "Oh,
I nearly swore then because I was. You surprise me all the time.
No,
but that is incredible.
Sorry, what? I don't understand. What you're talking
all
about?
the flowers that were sort of sold that day."
Right. What, for people to leave as a commemoration? Or
yeah, they made a mint, didn't they?
Who did?
Flower companies.
Right. So what are you saying?
He was just saying, makes you wonder.
What?
About what?
Whether it was in the floor or behind the hit.
So it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy by the flower companies.
I would love to see you and your dad just sitting at home watching a bit of Channel 5 when apes go mental, right? With your roast dinner.
When's that on?
And then talk like, well, yeah, you know, kill Diana, don't you? Flower company's son. Right, quite right, Dad, you're not wrong. What are you talking about?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's like you were saying about the cards. On Father's Day and that. It's just a bit
too much of a
weird.
coincidence. Too much of a coincidence.
I'd be interested to see sort of like the business graph.
Sure.
On how the companies were doing. Then suddenly.
Yeah. Yeah. But then by the same token, Elton John, he had the biggest selling hit record, didn't he, off the back of that? I mean, so is he incriminated as well?
If you want, I mean.
It's a conspiracy theory you've not kind of analysed terribly closely. You've put it out there, and if people maybe who are investigating want to kind of add that into their inquiries, then they can.
Yeah.
Sure.
But no, that's all I'm saying. I'm just because it's always the same thing, isn't it? Like I was out shopping the other day, treating Suzanne like I do. I like spending money on that. I was in WH Smith's.
Yeah. Oh, classic. Was it a big birthday? Was it? Was it a 30th?
No, I was getting a.
Was it 2 biros for the price of 1?
I was getting a card for my dad for Father's Day anyway, because I'm seeing him.
Yeah.
Big Toblerone.
Yeah.
There was a giant
Who is it who said Father's Day? I love a Toblerone.
I've never understood Toblerone because the only time I see Toblerone is in airports, right, and minibars. That is what the small Toblerone is for the minibar in a hotel, 3-star upwards, and the big Toblerone.
Well, it's the big Toblerone is a gift, isn't it? It can only be a gift. You wouldn't buy a big Toblerone for yourself.
Yeah, a duty-free gift. The Toblerone. It's next to Chanel No. 5 Toblerone and a bear.
But who specifically would you be buying that Toblerone for?
I don't know.
Someone who's clearly never had it before and would think it was interesting novelty.
Yeah.
Well, this gift's interesting.
I'll tell you what though, Toblerone is brilliant. I mean, if whoever makes that, if they want to send sort of some Toblerones, I will eat Toblerone.
Well, yeah. I think very much the same about. I think very much the same about fags
and of course
cigarettes. If you've got any boxes of cigarettes
and
that you don't want, duty free or whatever, send them.
I'd just like to say that in no way do I endorse Carl's dad's theory that flower companies were behind the death of Diana. No, maybe I could say that on there as well, just to save any complaints.
I'll tell you what though, talking about fag packets and that, do you know like now they've got if you have these, they'll do you in sort of thing on the front now. They've got these special stickers on them.
Yeah.
Saw a thing in a magazine the other day. In Brazil, it's got like pictures of ill people on them.
Blimey, that is
gone really hardcore over there.
That's good, isn't it?
But I mean, to be fair, what more can they do? I mean, there are fag packets now that say these will kill you, and people are still smoking them. I mean, I don't know what they. I don't think the message is getting through.
Together, I suppose. If it seems weird to sort of like sell guns and go careful. You can kill people with these. Well, ban them then. I'll just be careful. Let's have your eye out with that. This is poison. These are really, really mental poison drugs.
You know those people with the. You ever see them in the street? They're they're selling fags duty free. Obviously, they're just selling on the street. Have you ever seen these guys? I walk them in Finchley Road Lock because I'm just near my place, and all these people they're sort of looking a bit shifty, and then if they think that you're maybe a smoker, they just fags, and they'll open their jacket, and it literally will be like something from the 1940s.
They won't go to you though, do they?
No, smoking. It's stunts your growth. They know you must have never had a fag in your life.
But I might buy them as a gift or something because I'm quite a generous guy. But it struck me, I was chatting with my friend about, there seems to be there are certain people who are very, maybe they have trouble getting work, or maybe they, they're immigrants who've not landed on their feet and they've had trouble, and so there's a couple of jobs they can do. It seems there's the fag selling, there's those people I noticed on Oxford Street who bend a piece of wire into the shape of your name. I mean, what kind of a gift is that, really? You know what I mean?
I know.
It's like they're literally giving them out. Or you can have the bending the name. You can be selling those things that you throw at the wall, like they sliver down.
At Dover.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm a trained carpenter.
Right. Can you write really small on a piece of rice?
I could
Could you write those names on a piece of rice?
I could try.
It's quite tricky, but
what about the rest of your family? Well, that one's only 2, but he could be trained. He's got smaller fingers.
Okay. Do you want to sell some knocked off perfume? How about that?
Again, we'd like to apologise for any inadvertent racism, suggestion that Lady Diana was killed by flower companies, or that Steve makes a habit of stealing from cash points.
What about
XFM 104.9.
a picture of Rick Waller on the front of the bargain bucket?
Red Hot Chili Peppers, universally speaking, on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Steve Merchant, and of course, Carl Pilkington. Now, people come up to me and they say, "Is Carl for real?" And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, they want to say, is he that stupid?" And the answer is yes, right? Some people think that he's putting it on. Some people think that he's a character that we've invented, like we've got an actor in, like he's a Gareth Keenan or a Tim or something. And I go,
That we've scripted.
Exactly, yeah. No, it's absolutely real, aren't you, Carl? I go, where did he come from? Well, just to tell the story, we came here, and I was much too important to run the desk myself this time round, so they just gave us a tea boy.
Steve came in with you, I remember that.
yeah. Why do you remember that?
Well, Steve knows, I don't want to keep going over it, but it's just the way he looks, it's just
Were you taken aback?
a little bit.
Yeah. Right. And he's just developed into my favourite thing. I also said that you get bored with, like, battling tops or, pets sometimes. I mean, I love my cat, but he's not as, my cat. Yeah.
Colin.
Actually, Carl's away next week. Is he available to run the day?
No, well, he's actually not as intelligent as Carl, and that's the truth. He's not, he's
marginally.
Yeah, but and then in the week, he's like one of those little Tamagotchi toys, Carl, because I have to phone him every day and keep his interest up.
Yeah.
Like I'd give him an interesting fact. And I got a book out and I found I'd call Carl like that. And I thought this was a great fact, right? A 2-day-old gazelle can run faster than a racehorse. Right? I thought that was incredible.
Sure.
Okay. So I phoned him, I said, a 2-day-old gazelle can run faster than a racehorse. He went, what's it do after that? I went, what? He said, well, how fast can it run when it's adult? I went, well, even faster. He went, oh, I thought we could just do it then, but then it sort of lost it. I went, what are you talking about? I went, that's incredible. A 2-day-old gazelle can run. He went, well, no, that's what they do. I went, what? He went, that's what they do, isn't it? I went, what do you mean? It's 2 days old. Right? He went, yeah, but a 1-day-old fly can fly. I'm 30 and I can't fly. It's not what I do. Right? And I went, right. He went, a jellyfish can hold its breath underwater for hours. I went, it doesn't hold its breath, does it? It hasn't got lungs. So he went, what? I know I had him. He went, what do you mean? I said, well, they don't breathe, do they? Went, what do they do? I went, well, they get oxygen directly from the water via osmosis straight into their cells. And it just went quiet. And I went, a 2-day-old gazelle? And he went, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
He was just thinking about the jellyfish.
Yeah.
Well, he was looking up osmosis, and then he was thinking about the jellyfish.
But I just think, if Bambi's anything to go by, this little gazelle spends a whole day trying to stand, and the next day it enters the derby. And you don't think that's incredible?
No. See, you know the sort of things I find incredible.
Go on.
Mirrors. Shiny objects.
Kettles. Yeah. Oh, God.
Well, listen, remember the time when I told you about the baby that had a baby?
Baby that had a baby.
The baby that had a baby?
Yeah.
It's happened again.
No, it hasn't.
Well, it didn't happen the first time.
It was in the papers, I think, on Monday, in all the tabloids.
So it's a twin where one has grown and the other one is still at a fetal level.
No, it wasn't though, it had grown. He was saying to his mum,
Who was saying to his mum?
the little kid who was 7 years old, and he kept saying, yeah,
And he was pregnant?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And he was saying to his mum, oh God, I don't feel well, and like his belly was all swollen, and they thought he'd just been eating cake or whatever. And he was saying, I can feel something moving about, and they were like, stop messing about, there's nothing wrong with you. Eventually, I think he was in gym at school.
In gym? What, Jim was pregnant with him? Oh no, he was a Russian doll.
He was at school, right? Just about to do sit-ups or whatever they do at school, right? And
Flew out across the room.
teacher goes, yeah, you're a bit fat.
You look a bit pregnant.
And so let's take to the doctors, took him, said, you're 7 years pregnant or something like that.
What you do?
What? Or something like that?
You're 7 years pregnant.
Or something like that.
You say to the doctor, Carl, why don't you think about what you say before you say it?
See the reaction I get? Now the gazelle, I didn't get excited like that.
7 years pregnant.
Send it in. If someone's online at the moment, just having a look around, it happened on Monday or Tuesday. Because I told you at the pub quiz, didn't I, Steve? I said to you, another baby's had a baby.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I just thought you were talking nonsense as ever.
We'll find out.
You're 7 years pregnant.
Yeah.
You're a fool. Play a record.
Well, we've still got stuff coming up.
Monkey news?
Rockbusters answers. We'll have to get that out of the way soon, because
What else is there? Have we got a cheeky freak of the week?
Yeah.
Brilliant. America by Simon and Garfunkel on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, and I understand I'm about to read my words, Steve.
Well, once again, there's always someone, and it looks like it's Mike Lamb who has come to Carl's rescue.
Lambo's let me down then.
Doctors have removed a 4-pound baby boy from the stomach of his 7-year-old twin brother.
Yeah.
Alan Jan
twin
Niamatilev
brother,
was
yeah.
born with the freak fetus growing inside him. For 7 years, it lived like a parasite until a school doctor became alarmed about Alan Jan's bulging tummy and took him to hospital. Surgeons who gave him a scan operated immediately, unaware that the baby was attached to the boy's blood vessels and still alive. They saved Alan Jan from certain death, but knew the 8-inch fetus was doomed. So there we are. Boy pregnant with his own twin brother by Barbara Davis. That was in the Mirror, apparently. So I've read on, and all the facts are right. They took him to school. The parents didn't realise.
And that isn't even this week's Freak of the Week.
I mean, that's still to come.
You've got that, you can have that.
That's the free freak of the week.
Free freak.
That's giveaway. That's like 13.5% extra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you might get with hairspray or something. So that, I mean, if that's just the throwaway freak of the week, there are 2 freaks of the weeks there. If those 2 freaks, I can't wait to see what the actual freak of the week is that people are paying for. Is it incredible, Carl?
I'll tell you what, something else you can have for free.
Go on.
Another sort of freaky thing, right? I was watching this programme in the week. Right?
What?
I don't know what it was. But it was about, I just saw this little fella on it, right?
What do you mean, little fella?
He was doing this history thing,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. So is this he's found out that a Viking was a bit like him?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
He was boneless or something, or he's...
Well, that's the weird thing. What do you think of that, Steve?
He's what? He's boneless.
No, he was called Harry the Boneless something.
Yeah, but you know what you're going to get there, don't you? That's what I mean. I always have a name, Elephant Man, you know. Harry the Boneless. Where is he? You know what I mean?
I'm meeting someone, waiter, what's his name? He's called Harry the Boneless. He's over there flapping around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
He's
the
over there
lunch.
in the bucket, having noodles.
That's what I mean. But, do you reckon you could do that? You reckon you could have your bones taken out?
I love talking to him! He's brilliant, it's like talking to a 5-year-old.
I was asking Suzanne when she was watching it, and she was like, ask me later.
Yeah, brilliant.
She wanted to know about...
What did you said? You were watching this programme about history, right, about Vikings. You turned to your girlfriend and said, do you reckon you could have your bones taken out? I love that.
What do
I
you
mean,
think?
that is why you are my favourite
What do you
thing.
mean you think you could have your bones taken out? Firstly, why would you have your bones taken out?
If you've only got a small flat or something, and there isn't much room,
Yeah.
right? And what I mean is, would all your organs still do the stuff?
No, they wouldn't.
You'd just be mush.
Listen, I'll teach you something now, right? The skeleton, right? Spam, yeah? Support, movement, anchorage. No, support, protection, anchorage, movement. Spam. That's what the bones do. Yeah? You couldn't stand up. You wouldn't be protected because they protect the rib cage, skull, of course. Anchorage, everything holds onto it. Every muscle is tethered to pull against something, like a crane, a pulley system, so you wouldn't be able to move at all. Do you know what I mean? So you'd be in a bucket. There'd be you'd die immediately, obviously. No, you can't have your bones taken out, Carl. I mean, why do you need to ask that question?
Sorry, but Boneless Bob, or whatever his name was. Harry the Boneless. he presumably didn't have any bones. I mean, that's why he had that name.
No, he
obviously.
did.
No,
Yeah.
well, he's got the name.
Yeah, exactly. No, he was just... it was...
I've had an email in from Graham, Old Ken Road. He just says, I had a dream about Carl last night. Can I sue? I have no idea what he looks like apart from the boldness, and yet he turns up in the middle of my dream. I don't need this, it's harassment.
Yeah.
But people are having dreams about you now, Carl. You actually, it's like you're one of the, something that was created by the Brothers Grimm.
I had a dream. You know when people used to have anxiety dreams, they had like an exam or something, like you suddenly go to school and you realised, oh my god, you didn't have your trousers on, or I had an anxiety dream. I assume we started off with an anxiety dream about the office, about filming the office, and we had to film in HMV, but someone hadn't cleared it, and so we had to try and our price. And I went, oh, okay, that'll do. And as I was walking there, right, I didn't have any shoes on, which is like an anxiety dream, but I looked down and I went, so what?
Yeah.
So I'm so lazy now, I think even anxiety dreams don't kick into me.
I'm not sure that's true. I think that's just a memory. I wouldn't be at all surprised if you
turned up with the film with the office.
with no shoes.
We don't need shoes.
When we were originally doing the pilot for the very first series, obviously Ricky's the main character, he's in it all the time. It's obviously important, it's our big chance to get something made for TV, this could launch our careers. And I turn up on the Monday, he's twisted his ankle. He has to be wheeled around in a wheelchair because he went out jogging, stepped on a tin can in the street and fell over.
Who left that there?
Like a 40-year-old man with brittle bone disease, he just twisted his ankle and he was out of action. It was pathetic.
Yeah, that was the pilot.
Absolutely pathetic.
But I still turned up, Carl. That's the sort of trooper I am.
Well, yeah, but you moaned the whole week.
Where?
Well,
I did not have to go around in a wheelchair, did I? It's not pleasant, but in a weird way, it taught me all the problems.
do you have anxiety dreams, Carl? Do you lie awake worrying about stuff?
Because I have a lot going on in the head.
Yeah.
I don't have...
What do you do, rent it out to people?
Is it two monkeys swinging in a tie at the moment?
Yeah.
I just don't have that many dreams.
No.
I love that. I love the fact you don't have that many dreams. Well, you haven't had a decent night's sleep till you're 14, according to you.
12.
Really?
Yeah, so...
I know what you meant. I know what you mean, though, now, when sometimes you're so tired, because I'd forgotten that. You're so tired, and you think, well, I'm so glad I don't have to go out tonight. I'm going to go and just lay on the couch and then go to bed. Yeah.
Have you had one, Steve?
Anxiety dreams, I do have them periodically, yeah. It used to be a lot of, things like running to get to school in time, but, suddenly your feet are running in treacle and you can hear the school bell and you
I
can't
haven't had
get
them for years. I just haven't had an anxiety dream for years and years and years. Don't know. I just don't care.
No, you just genuinely don't care about anything. This is the problem. You've just got to a point now where nothing bothers you, really. It's like you're just too lazy and disinterested in anything. This show, your career, my career, Carl.
No, I never give up on Carl. So, Carl, so this little Harry the Boneless, what was your point? Was that really your point? You wondered if you could live without bones?
Yeah, I saw the little fella on this programme. And
The presenter?
Yeah, and he was a small fella and he was talking about Harry the Boneless. And I thought, that's interesting little bit of science stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's about it on him, really.
Alright, well that's just another bonus cheeky freak of the week, isn't it?
And that's not even the freak of the week either.
No.
That's still to come.
So you've had a pregnant Siamese twin.
It's been mad.
You've had a boneless fella and another fella talking about him. They're not even involved in freak of the week.
No.
This is getting mad. Play a record.
Let's play a record. Let's have cheeky freak of the week afterwards, shall we?
Yeah.
A single from Nick Cave.
Can we do Monkey News first?
Well, I'd rather have a cheeky freak of the week. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, He Wants You.
Brilliant. Yeah. So, Carl, off you go.
Well, we're not going to do Freak of the Week here,
Okay.
right? Because we've done quite a bit of that in the last 20 minutes.
We've
right, so we'll
OD'd
move
on
that.
freaks, you think?
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll just shift it a little bit.
Okay.
And like I keep saying, don't want people to be thinking we're sort of taking the mick out of anyone.
No.
Right? Because we're not about that. I feel like I can do a little bit of it because I work with you, Steve.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
It gives me that right.
It's like a care worker. Yeah, I understand.
Well, it's like that thing of you can't be homophobic because I've got a couple of gay mates and
Sure,
stuff.
sure.
I think sort of gives me that edge.
Yeah.
Right? So
you're not freakophobic because you work with Steve.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, by that token, I should be able to sort of slag off, the mentally ill, or at least mentally handicapped.
Now there's a term you don't hear very often. In 2003, there was
The mentally handicapped. Isn't that what it was?
I don't know where to start.
But
I'd like to apologise for the Lady Diana stuff, the term mentally handicapped, and any inadvertent racism that we may have stumbled
What's
over.
the actual term then? Is it retarded?
Right, come on now.
Oh, chimpanzee that!
Monkey news, earlier than usual.
I'll have to save this link now. Monkey news. We've done a lot of stuff, right, on monkeys, and most of it has been
Is bollocks.
no, has been like happy stories.
Oh, is this gonna be like our tune? Our monkey tune. That's Simon Bates, and welcome to our monkey tune.
No, but do you know what I mean? We've done stuff about a monkey that robbed a bank.
Yeah. Why is that happy?
He had a great life after that.
What, in Marbella?
Yeah. Right, we did the one who saved someone's handbag in a railway station.
We've had a lovely marriage, couple of marriages.
Couple of marriages.
Couple of monkey marriages.
Yeah,
There was the one who got a job in a railway station.
yeah. The hairdresser.
The one who set up a business in Spain.
I don't even remember that one. Oh yeah, I'm willing to believe that happened. Go on then, Carl.
But anyway, yeah. So today's isn't that happy really. It's about some monkey. I think it was a chimp.
Who's an ape? Go on.
It tried to. I mean, the story sets off at a sort of a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's something about he went to Russia to do some business.
What are you talking about, Carl?
It jumped past that bit though. It didn't start there.
What are you?
Do you know what I mean? It didn't tell you what he was doing. It just said, "There's this monkey went to Russia,
To do some business.
do some stuff,
I don't
bit of
know.
monkey business." And anyway, didn't work out.
So, they were furious. We wanted a surgeon. You send us a monkey.
Anyway, ended up being homeless.
Oh,
So it's taken a turn for the worst.
What? Couldn't even get into like a tree hostel or anything like that.
That's the problem. And
God.
ended up homeless. Got in with some tramps.
I don't know where to start.
Come on.
So he's knocking about with some tramps and stuff. Sharing drink and what have you around a little fire. They broke into some home, sort of squatted.
Right, so
Into
not
the
homeless
flat.
anymore.
Problem was, he had a roof over his little area he had.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, this is good. This is we're having a good time. This is sorting me out."
Yeah.
He had his
You said
mate.
that in Russian though.
But what was he eating?
I don't know. It didn't say. But they're in this house.
Well, he could only be eating sort of like fruit, nuts, vegetables. I mean, they classically sort of don't eat pork pies and.
But they've got
drink
McDonald's
coffee.
in Moscow now, so
Sure.
you probably chow down on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a bust.
I knew this was
There was a bust in the flat that they were squatting in. All the other tramps sort of knew what was going on, legged it, left little chimps out there, got arrested. And they thought it was a real fella at first. They were like getting, he's obviously just a scruffy bloke who hasn't had a shave and stuff.
Yeah.
Hasn't shaved his back for a while.
Or his face. His
yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Got him down the station, and the boss was like, "What's going on? You've got a monkey." And he was like, "What?" So you arrested a monkey.
Well, so the arresting officers hadn't noticed all the way to the station that he kept slipping out of the handcuffs and was going for the entire journey. They didn't notice till they got there. What, did they put a hood over his head maybe and just like, you know?
I don't know. I'll give you the story if you want. There's the headline.
What is it? What's the headline, Steve? I don't want to see it. What?
The headline, this is once again from supposedly reputable news organisation Ananova. Homeless monkey arrested in Russia.
Did you read on, or did you see the headline and make up that whole story?
It's supposed most of it is there.
What isn't there? What bit isn't there then?
Well, I think you know, Steve can have a look over it, check it out and stuff.
Point out the embellishment for me, Steve, will you?
Well, what it doesn't say is that the police didn't realise it was a monkey.
That's what I was guessing. Really? That they got it back and said, what are you doing? We've got a monkey here. And they go, yeah? Yeah. Oh, God.
There's some more monkey problems in the week. Have you seen the Alfords advert with monkeys in?
Right.
There's a new advert out for Alfords selling bikes and stuff.
Yeah.
Got some monkeys in it. It's causing uproar.
Why?
People are saying it's, you know, dressing up in tracksuits and that is,
Taking the mickey out of Manchester.
just, you know, it's not nice for the animals and that. So there's been loads of
Will
complaints
they get a
about
free
it.
bike or something, do they, I imagine?
I think they kept the tracksuits.
Yeah.
Show record
that's the
after
thing
this
now.
cheeky freak of the week.
No, I'm just saying we're not doing this to sort of, again, take the mickey out of the animals and stuff. These are true stories and that. But yeah, coming next, Freak of the Week.
Kings of Leon, Red Morning Light on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Little Carl Pilkington. It's getting exciting because it's this special time of the week where we get to talk about the cheeky freak of the week.
Well, just get Rockbusters out of the way, right? Because I've got to put these prizes in the post bag now because I'm shooting off.
Yeah, because you've got to go early. So I don't know how you do your job. You went to Manchester, you went to Madeira, you had a day off because your trousers were wet and you had a cold, and now you're shooting down to Cornwall, you're leaving early. How do you get your work done? And you've got one job, me and Steve have got loads of things to do.
I'm having fast at me work. Like I said, the prize is ready and packed up. Here. No one's being affected by me shooting off early. Right?
Okay.
So, Rockbusters answers, got to get them out of the way a bit earlier. Right, so, here they are. First one. He's got American coins all the way down his spine.
Yeah.
Why would that be? Right? Initial was N.
Nickelback. I got all these this week.
Right. Second one, Jeremy Beadle has got arthritis. What's going on there?
Stiff little fingers.
SLF, stiff little fingers.
Yeah.
And the third one, Foxy Shipman. And
No, and a country and western singer, you said. Now, what's the initial?
SD.
Yeah, so Spin Doctors, yeah, I got that. But and then I said to you, why is it a country and western singer? And you said Dr. Hook. Why is it Dr. Hook? Why does that give anyone the clue Dr. Hook? A country and western singer.
It's just what was in my mind.
Well, there we are. There you go. So we'll change this to Rockbusters, or what am I thinking? You could have had Dre.
What's in my mind? You could have had And the Medics. Alright? Just think it through.
Who's the winner?
The winner, very lucky, Sandra Cassidy of Leon C. She gets all those great prizes. You know, we've actually had people emailing in saying this is the worst Rockbusters ever because it was too easy, it was boring. This is just, don't shoot the messenger.
Oh,
Other
dear.
people saying it really has run its course. Some people genuinely agree.
Oh, Carl, this must hurt, mate.
Stinging attacks on you. Some people just slagging you off generally, saying you
God.
whinge all the time.
Looks like Steve was right when he sort of like poo-poos your ideas.
So
when he wheezes on your bonfire.
Someone else, I swear to God, someone else emailed in and said, don't bother sending me the prizes, take them to a charity shop, or pawn them, give me the money, I'd rather have it. So I don't know what to say, Carl, I just wonder if it really has run its course now.
Alright, well, we'll see what you come up with next week then. Let's see what you do, let's see what you come in with.
Sure.
Yeah.
5-1. I'm guessing you'll be popping in with a hip-hop track full of effing and jeffing.
Well, I won't bring it into you, I'll do it myself at home. Obviously, obviously you can't cope.
Oh dear.
Are you actually going to be here next week, or are you still going to be in Cornwall?
No, you see there again, I'll be back in time. And in the week, when I go to, Cornwall, see the Monkey World,
Yeah, you're 2 days past the Monkey World.
That'll still work.
Yeah.
They still work. What?
What, you're going to interview some of the monkeys?
I
Get some
love
stories?
that. I love that. You were going, could a monkey live without bones? And so I'm going, Carl, shut the please, just look at the monkeys and eat your ice cream. And that's work, is it? Right, are we having Cheeky Freak of the Week?
Do you want to do it?
What
Yeah.
time have you got to shoot off?
Could do with shooting off sort of soonish,
Okay.
to be honest.
This is not radio. Have you ever heard that on a radio show? Chris Tarrant going, I've got a show off on radio. I couldn't get a later train.
I know! Wouldn't you get a later train? There isn't a later train. So I couldn't get to Cornwall tonight if I had to. If I had to finish this show, I couldn't possibly get to Cornwall.
Rubbish. Of course there's a later train.
I've booked it now, anyway.
Right, well that's the point, isn't it? Yeah, you're not falling through.
Whatever. I don't think the show's lost anything. I think we've still had the, Freak of the Week's coming up now.
Oh, cheeky freak of the week.
Right, well, we've had some interesting things we've been looking at. This week, it's about the strangest couple that ever got married.
And we've had 2 sets of chimps, so it's stranger than that. Oh, it's not Dale Winton and Mel McAndrew, is
It's not
it?
your parents, is it?
Well, we're going back again to about, I think this is about 1940.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Strangest couple, a fella, right? He had skin of a lizard,
Yeah, the skin of a lizard, okay.
and the woman who he
Which he
married,
used as a condom.
airiest woman ever.
Right.
And that was their act. They used to tour the world, and they'd say, it's like, a couple who've met, having a great life. It's getting out on stage, here they are. And they'd
What do you
pop
mean
up.
he had a skin of a lizard, first of all?
That's what it said. He had some sort of some illness.
So he was called Lizard Man, and you like that because it was good description.
I thought that's good.
I'm here, hello, we booked a table for 2. Who are you meeting? I'm meeting Lizard Man. Oh, he's over there.
Yeah.
You know he is, right?
Yeah.
I'm meeting the hairiest woman in the world. She's over there.
Yes.
Yeah. So what did they do for their act?
Now bear in mind that we had some Siamese twins last week and their act was having a bath.
yeah.
So I hope it's an improvement on that.
What did Lizard Man? He came out and ate some flies, did he?
I don't really know. I just think they stood there and that.
Yeah, when you read this and it goes the most interesting fact ever, Lizard Man, and you go, that's enough. That's enough. I can extrapolate from
But
that.
straight away I start thinking, right, I wonder if they got the wedding photos. And then, like it said that they had a kid.
Or what would that be like?
Exactly,
It would be
that's
like
what I
an
was thinking.
ostrich, wouldn't it? It would sort of like.
That's what I was thinking.
What did you think it would come out like, the baby?
I didn't think what that looked like. I just was thinking, parents' evening.
You wouldn't want them coming up to the school, would you?
Well,
So
that's the
little
problem.
Johnny, who starts off relatively normal, he's quite good at, he's good at nature, isn't he? And his mum and dad come into the room and they'd be looking round, wouldn't they?
Well, it's always like that thing at school when, like, you find out your mate's mum and dad are really old.
Right,
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
When you go, your gran and granddad bought you?
Yeah.
Mum and dad.
Yeah.
You go,
It is weird.
What's that we're talking about? He calls him mum. What was that? Oh, sorry.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's always strange. If you had Godzilla and King Kong as your parents,
Yeah.
and
And they're always fighting.
They're always fighting, and like you say, if you're in a school play or something, you wouldn't tell them, would you? You wouldn't want them coming up with a video camera.
He didn't tell his parents he was in the...
Well, exactly.
You did Little Donkey, you didn't tell your dad, did you? And he came along and videoed it. Was
Kept it quiet, don't want them to know anything.
But you did... What was it you was meant to be playing? You had a little drum, didn't you?
Yeah, I was doing, I had a little drum. I think I was meant to be playing We Three Kings.
Yeah.
But he started doing Little Donkey and I thought I can add a touch to this.
Sure, you improvised.
Started playing along
It was like
with
the first remix, wasn't it?
Went down well. But yeah, that's all I was thinking with the Freak of the Week this week. That's what I'm saying about Freak of the Week. It's to get people thinking, right? Thinking how lucky they are. That, they don't have to...
Comb their face. What are you talking about? What do you mean Freak of the Week is to let people know how lucky they are?
Just...
What about the little freak you're talking about? What are they thinking? They're going, oh, he's talking about me. I'm a little hairy lizard man on a stick.
Pop in, give us a call. I'd like, you know, that's what I'd like to do on a TV programme. That's what I want to do. I want to go and like meet these people and say, right, let's just go shopping. Let's, you know, we'll film what your normal day's like.
Yeah.
Let's pop out, nip into Sainsbury's or whatever.
Yeah.
And buy a comb.
Park right up close to it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So what you're saying is you just want to get a little message out there, which is that there's always someone worse off than you.
Well, there's proof of that in this room. You know what I mean?
Oh, Carl, when's your train?
In a minute, I'm gonna get going now. I'll see you later.
Thanks, Carl.
Brilliant. What are you playing? You play a song?
Kirsty McCall.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Kirsty McCall, New England. Carl Pilkington has left the building. He's rushed away. He's on his way down to Cornwall. And we're left by ourselves.
Indeed.
In the room. See, if we can do this...
If we can press all the buttons and not make any mistakes, strictly speaking, there's no need for Carl.
I don't mind if we make mistakes.
Well, no,
We
exactly.
never worried in the old days.
No,
did we?
sure.
I think Carl is going to love Cornwall. Because I think, one, the mayor is probably an animal.
Yes.
And I imagine the townsfolk think like Carl.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I imagine he'll stay there. He'll be made king.
Have you ever seen Return of the Jedi? In Return of the Jedi, the Ewoks, the little furry creatures, they see C-3PO, and because he can talk and he can speak their language, they actually elevate him to godlike status.
What are you doing here?
Hooray!
He's back.
What are you doing?
You could have stayed till the end.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Right.
Right, well there he is. He's on his way.
Yeah,
down to
if you were
Cornwall.
listening online in Cornwall, I mean, I can't imagine that's ever going to happen. But you know,
on a clothesline with a bean tin at one end and a big bean tin in London.
Or if the
I'm cool in London.
yeah, or if the foil helmet you wear to fend off laser rays from aliens out of space are somehow picking up the show, then Carl's on his way. Look forward to
He'll
the
fit in because he's got a sort of like, you know, the obligatory sort of red face that'll go well down there now. Because I think he's been out in the sun, or he was, pre-boiled when he came in. But he's rushing down to Cornwall now, going from Paddington Station. So you know,
If you're in the Paddington Station area, you want to pop down and sort of wave him off, then do.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
that's not a dirty sexual act.
Wave him off.
Yeah, left to wave him off. And call in the week as well. Carl.pilkington@xfm.co.uk. Send him anything. Just clog up his email.
Yeah.
I mean, because he gets stressed at work. So if you can send him 3 or 4 emails each.
Yeah.
Over the next week, so he's got to read them all. But disguise them, don't make them look rubbish, so at least he's got to sort of open them and look at them. Or, you know, some of them might be correspondence, so he will. It's, you know, just phone his line as well, just ask for XFM, ask Carl, and leave long messages on his voicemail.
Yeah.
So, if you can, just for us, just for me and Steve, remember, it is mine and Steve's show. Carl is merely like, you know, the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
If Carl can come back, maybe next Friday or Saturday or Monday, whenever he comes back, to about 250 emails and 200 voicemail messages.
If you put down, when it says what's the name of the message, the title of the message, if you put monkey news or monkey information, they'll have to open it then because it'll be intrigued, even if it's not about monkeys.
Yeah.
Do that anyway.
Yeah. Voicemail messages. Leave them long. Like there's information. Disguise it so it might be important.
Yeah.
Just so he has to listen through. I wish I could give his own mobile out, but you know that is just too cruel. But anyone can get him at XFM, and of course we've given out his email before. So I mean, go mental.
There are plenty of ways to torture Carl Pilkington. I mean, we're doing all we can on a Saturday,
but we're only 2 people.
But we're only 2 men.
You know what I mean?
So
listen, go berserk. We'll be back next Saturday, and we'll leave with song for the lovers, song for the ladies, whatever. It's a beautiful track.
A song for the sunshine.
Song for the Sunshine. It's Lily White by Cat Stevens, and we've done it. We don't need Carl.
Definitely not. See you next week, Rick.
Bye. Well, there's the darkness. They believe in a thing called love. Carl, do you? This is XFM 104.9. That is my favourite band at the moment.
You love them?
I absolutely love them. I think they're funny. I think they're straight down the line with a little bit of tongue-in-cheek. Brilliant. Did you see them on Jules Holland last night?
Sadly, no.
Brilliant.
Were they good?
Yeah, absolutely jump. Oh, I mean, Jules didn't know what to do.
was he playing some Boogie Woogie?
They wouldn't let him play Boogie Woogie over the
Blimey.
song. That's what I mean. That's why he stayed back. But
I can't imagine it was very good.
he shook the.
I'm surprised you say they were good. It was wasn't thinking
I mean,
of
I thought, hold on, this is missing something.
Yeah.
This is missing someone from Squeeze vamping over them.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
they did well without him.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
Well,
Here we are
good
then.
luck.
We're back. XFM 104.9. Carl had to leave early last week, but you can stay to the end this week, mate. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't need another holiday.
Oh, he started already.
I mean, you
Steve's
know,
made you look like a bit of a twat already, and it's
No.
only 1:05.
But the only reason you don't go on holiday is because you have to spend money.
Oh, and he's gone straight back.
Well,
He's gone straight back.
I can't come back to that.
Oh, dear.
it's just dynamite. It's just absolute. That was.
Or the
searing
last
cut to
holiday,
the face.
last holiday Steve had, he sort of found a third world country so he could live like a king for a week. It was Cuba, wasn't it?
Going to Cuba, amazing. You can almost rule the place. If it weren't for Castro, I'd have been in charge. Kind of cash I was flashing around. They'll do anything for $1 over there. It's extraordinary, literally. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh.
Definitely. And I went to Kenya before that.
So he thought to the prostitute, said no. You were great.
Yeah, well, it was $2. I mean, I'm not made of money.
Did you have a good holiday, Carl?
Yeah, it was alright. It's alright. Went down to Cornwall.
Now
Tell
you're
you
going
what,
to the monkey
some odd
sanctuary.
people down there, Steve.
Well, don't look at me. I'm not from Cornwall.
Well, you're from that sort of area.
Well, not really, but never mind.
Genetically, he means.
Right.
They're weird.
Well, you must have slotted right in.
What are they weird? What do they look like?
It's all sort of odd people. A lot of old people, but not just old, sort of messed up old.
What do you mean messed up old? You can't just say that. There's
There was a woman with a funny neck.
Okay, in what way was it funny?
Why did she have a funny neck? If you were writing an essay, you wouldn't say there was this woman with a funny neck. How would you describe it?
She sort of had her head like pointed down all the time. Like,
Don't do it. It's his radio.
no, but just for you, I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Talking about what?
Yeah, okay, right. So brilliant.
I don't know. I was saying to Suzanne, what happened? You know, what do you think?
Because Suzanne knows everything. That's the good thing about her being with you. You just ask her what happened to her, and Suzanne goes, "Carl, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't been here before."
Suzanne, your girlfriend, or mummy as you call her.
Oh, sparks are flying.
I got a little bit of chocolate. Can you just lick a tissue and wipe it off?
Well,
Oh,
she said it might have been like, because back in the olden days they carried stuff on the...
the olden
What
days.
do you mean the olden days?
This woman was probably what, 50?
No, she looked about 70.
Yeah.
But like I do on Cheeky Freak of the Week, right, I always turn it round and we get like something good out
Something
of it.
positive, yeah.
I said to Suzanne, I bet she finds a lot of money.
Always staring at the ground, yeah.
Oh,
It was
dear.
always
Oh,
good.
so, you're
Maybe
back.
she just had new shoes and she was admiring them.
Yeah.
Did you think of that? Before you point the finger and judge?
Or a necklace was too heavy.
Exactly.
So, you're back refreshed. So, what have we got for this week? Have we sort of... Because we didn't meet last night, which, we usually meet
No,
sort of
I
like...
called you and said it'd be good if we could, you know, I wasn't getting back into London
Well, I was up
until
for it, I was up for it,
7:30,
yeah.
but...
Yeah.
but we all need to be there. It's not
Yeah.
just me and you being there.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
No, you're right. I mean, you're absolutely right that I wasn't there yet because I wasn't willing to just be governed by your particular schedule. You want to jet back in from another of your holidays
It wasn't a
at 8
holiday.
o'clock.
Wasn't a holiday though.
Well, so what? You
What
were
do you
out
mean?
of town.
Hold on, whoa. What do you mean it wasn't a holiday? What was it?
It was a treat, wasn't it, from my mum and dad? So it wasn't a holiday.
What's it, 5 days off? You'd rather have been here moaning 8 hours a day, 7 hours a day.
You see, we said last week that you're always whinging. Here you are whinging now.
I'm not
And you're
moaning.
saying it's not even a holiday. You're saying it's not even a holiday. What was it then?
Would like a nursery take sick children to Florida, would they say having a great holiday?
Sorry, what particular ailment did your parents have for the week that they had to fly in Carl Pilkington, MD?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh. Alright, it was a holiday.
Well then, good. Now some honesty, now some truth.
So you came back from your holiday, you wanted to start back to work straight away, Steve couldn't be bothered to meet. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
So we've got nothing prepared for this.
Well, you can rely on Rockbusters. Right, that's
We've
coming
got
up.
nothing.
Monkey News.
Even though you were away, you were still working.
Still doing stuff.
Did you go to the Monkey Sanctuary?
I'll tell you that.
Tell us about it.
Play a record.
Alright. Do you want Smashing Pumpkins?
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah,
I thought an
yeah,
old classic
yeah.
from them, Cherub Rock.
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins, Cherub Rock. That, of course, Rick, is available on their greatest hits,
Brilliant.
if you want.
I mean, that's how I rock. So
Yeah.
I know they. I'm very much the shape of a cherub as well.
Indeed.
Naked with a couple of
And a rosy big arse.
and a trumpet.
Yeah.
Do they have trumpets?
I don't know. I've just an email here. Monkey news
Yeah.
from a listener. Monkey spotted holidaying in Cornwall. A chimp was spotted holidaying in Cornwall last week after befriending a family of 3. One onlooker said, "It was incredible. He dressed and behaved exactly like a human being. He even settled the hotel bill at the end of their stay. The only telltale sign was his lack of table manners and the incoherent babble when he opened his mouth." There we are. So
What do you think of that, Carl?
that's the listeners, Carl. That's Joanne.
Amusing, articulate, accurate. She remembered exactly who's there and everything, setting in the bill. It's all there. So I mean, even though people think that you're slightly simian, slightly less than human on the evolutionary ladder, they do listen to you. So I mean, I don't know who's more stupid in the end, you or the listeners.
Well, you may recall, Rick, at the end of last week when Carl had to shoot off early, we issued a little request for listeners just to bombard Carl's email with just pointless emails that really weren't about anything, just to clog up his email for when he returned.
Yeah.
Rick, they sent them all to us.
Brilliant.
I mean, that's the kind of listeners that we've got. We've got reams here on our email of just junk.
I mean, it's like a Marx Brothers plot, isn't it? I mean, just listen.
Listen to what we say.
I got one about a shaved cat. Well, that's not pointless. I'll be reading that later. I'm happy.
That'll keep me going for a couple of weeks.
I'll be reading that later.
Did you get to the monkey sanctuary? Because this was the big thing. You were going down to Cornwall, you were going to visit the monkey sanctuary. I've never seen someone more excited. You had 2 days put aside for the monkey sanctuary.
I know.
How did it go, Monkey World?
We were on our way, right? I found like a little, in a little cottage that we had, right? It's like a little folder, with little leaflets in saying if you're into mountains, you want to go here.
Yeah.
If you're into castles and that. Little
Castle
monkey
World.
on the leaflet, right? So I thought I'll be needing that. Took that out, made sure that's safe and that, right? We get in the car, getting ready to go. My dad says, "Where is it?" I look on the back. It's in a place called Low or something like that, right? So we're on our way. Can't believe me luck. It's going to be a great day and all that.
Yeah.
And then start looking at the leaflet, right? And noticed didn't have any chimps there.
Yeah, it's not Monkey World.
It wasn't a monkey world.
Well, what was it called then?
Something like
Monkey Town.
yeah, it was just it had like woolly monkeys in it. That's what.
They had what?
Woolly monkeys.
What are woolly monkeys?
Those things, Johnny Vegas off the advert.
Right.
Lots of them. They're dumped now since ITV Digital
Yeah.
went under, so they just put them in a cage.
I don't
They're
understand.
woolly. They're like they're sort of like little fluffy little baboon type things. Woolly monkeys. I mean, it's not your chimp. It's not your classic chimpanzee.
So did the car screech to a halt?
It was like it was like the mission in Armageddon. I just said abort. We're on the way back.
So how far had you got before you bothered to read the leaflet?
Probably about 5 miles away from where we were.
So what did you do with yourself? You must have been distraught.
We
Well,
went
they
to
broke down and then they heard banjo music.
Yeah.
No, we went to a sort of an amusement place.
Arcade.
I'd love to see you in that. What with putting those coins in, so it has to roll down and they go flat, and then an arm pushes
There
them.
was one of them.
Really?
But
I
I've worked
spent
out
years on that when I was little.
Well, there's a new one. I can't be bothered explaining it, but it's a con. We went to this place, right? My mum and dad had been there before. And they said, "You'll love it. It's brilliant. It's got like a war bit in it."
A war bit, right?
Yeah, like because they know I'm into tanks and stuff.
Yeah.
So you'll be loving that.
So, sorry, I didn't know you were into tanks.
No. Well, they're all right.
Brilliant. It's gone from one of his childhood passions to they're all right.
I know, yeah. Go on.
And but it was awful. I mean, my mum and dad had been there before, and he said, "No, you'll love it." But it was like a really miserable day.
Sure.
All the rides and that were broke.
Yeah. Broke. It just reminds you of Manchester.
My dad just ended up. He was more interested. There was a really fat family there.
Well, presumably he was breaking into the machines, trying to scoop off the cash.
I like the fact that those poor fat family were going, "Why are those people looking at us?"
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to ride one?
No, but they
we're not a ride.
They were massive, and he just like, look at that, look at the state of that. The whole family.
Yeah.
Just fat.
Bloaters, yeah.
No, but because fat, there's no need for it, is there? And he was really like, oh god. And then he wanted to follow them into the House of Mirrors to see what they'd look like. But my mum had got bored. She went off to buy a little Snow White figure. She couldn't believe her luck. It was only $2.99.
Yeah.
Thought it was going to be really expensive.
Sure,
So she bought one of them. So she enjoyed that. And then my dad says, "Come on, we're going. It's rubbish, this."
But the fat family wouldn't let him play with him.
So he just said on the way home, he said, "I can safely say that I never want to go there again before I die." So that was that. And then we went home.
Why would he ever give you that information? In case it was like a secret birthday present.
Yeah.
Oh God, what if they get me a trip to here? Or if he's in a coma and you go, I'll tell you what, bring him out of it.
That fat couple. yeah. By his bedside.
But Suzanne said she now realises why I am the way I am after spending like a week with them.
Well,
She said-
they told her that they dropped you on your head as a kid, or
No, just like, you know, the way they act and that.
right? Yeah.
I
No, they were saying things like, Suzanne, so, why is the moon out at night and the sun in the day? Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God, there's 3 of them.
Suzanne, can you tie my shoelaces again?
It was the bit when my dad said, "Don't waste money on a coffin for him, just put him in a bin bag."
Your father said that about himself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea. I'm glad you mentioned that because
That is great.
that gives me an idea.
Coldplay, God Put a Smile Upon Your Face on XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington.
Reading the paper yesterday, they were talking about the fact that Blair has been, I think he's been in Greece discussing EU matters.
Oh, yeah.
And they used the old Trojan horse analogy
Yeah.
to say, you know, here's a particular policy and it seems like they're trying to sneak in some kind of dubious idea.
Disguised as something else.
Exactly. And it's always struck me, ever since I was first introduced to the Trojan horse theory, I never understood how it come about. Do you know what I mean?
So, Carl has got a frown on him, like a thing I haven't seen.
yeah.
Carl's not
Tony Blair is the Prime Minister.
You know what the Trojan horse was?
Go on.
Have you come
it
across
was
this
the
before? Have
siege
you
of-
heard of it before?
Wasn't that Ascot or anything? Go on.
Well, the Trojan horse, what happened was, it's a famous kind of Greek story about the fact that the Greeks...
In olden times, Carl.
Yeah.
Olden times.
Olden
it is,
times, you know, the
specifically.
70s.
Yeah.
The Greeks laid siege to Troy for 6 years.
Waiting.
Basically, things had got out of hand. I think the Trojans had done something with Helen, and someone else was annoyed. Anyway, it all got very complicated. It got out of hand, and the
the
Greeks-
Helen went with the mashed up face because they used to use it to launch ships.
Anyway, the Greeks laid siege to Troy for 6 years, right? And they weren't getting anywhere. They were outside the gates. They were saying, "Let us in." They weren't. They were. Blah, blah, blah. So what they did was they all disappeared. They all
They wanted to get in and kill everyone.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why they wouldn't be letting in.
but they couldn't get inside the city walls. So what they did was they left as a gift for the Trojans. They left an enormous wooden horse, okay, as a gift, and then they all buggered off.
Like 40 foot high, 50 foot long. I mean, a big, you know,
Big wooden
an
horse.
arc of a
And the
horse.
Trojans wheeled it into the city.
So that's nice.
Thought, what a lovely gift.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, who was hiding inside? But the entire Greek army. They leapt out, killed everyone in their sleep.
Yeah.
All right, and that's where the famous idea of the Trojan horse has come from. You know, sneaking something in, disguised as something else. All right. Okay.
So if you ever, yeah.
He doesn't really understand, does he?
No, but to be honest, nor do I.
Well, this is the problem I've always had with this.
It-
Because I don't understand who comes up with the idea. I mean,
But I can't think that was the best idea.
well, no.
There must be other ways. If they come up with that, how long did it take them to go? When they said, one fellow said, whoa, can I have a word?
Go on,
General,
yeah.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Build a big horse, right? Hide inside it, and then, I know what you're thinking, they won't let us in even in the horse.
Yeah.
Leave it as a gift.
Brilliant. Right, who are you? That's the best idea. Are you the guy that came up with, why don't we get a giant bra and twing everyone over the wall?
Let's get a 100-foot ruler, and you know, like at school, you used to like flick the teacher's ass with like, right, I could flick you over one at a time,
Right.
on this giant
Thanks
ruler.
for your idea. It's on the table.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of suggestions on the way.
What about 1,000,000 elastic bands tied together? Yeah, and you all hold it down, and then I just let you go.
Right.
And you all ping over, and then you kill him in their sleep.
You're the best tactician we've got, are you?
What? The other thing is, right? these people for some reason open the door.
Well, I don't understand. Firstly, there's suddenly the army that's laid siege to them for 6 years has disappeared. In
Yeah.
their place, an enormous gift of a giant wooden horse.
Oh, they probably don't want to kill us now, but what they've done is they've built us
Yeah, they
a
bought us
horse.
a great gift. Presumably there was a giant kind of card or something.
Yeah.
You know, something for you. You know, sorry about the laying siege and everything. Forgive you.
Yeah.
Here's an enormous gift. Here's an enormous Trojan horse. We know it's what you've always wanted.
We're not inside it. Why did they write that?
Yeah.
That's suspicious.
But it's-
well,
I mean-
wheel it in anyway.
But in terms of it as an idea initially, I mean, we're going to give them a gift. Well, what should we do? We could bake an enormous quiche, be inside there. We could have an enormous soap on a rope as a It's the fact that it's an enormous horse, an enormous wooden horse as a gift anyway. I don't know if this was a popular gift at the time, but it's also the stupidity of the Trojans saying, brilliant, I've always wanted an enormous wooden horse. Well, what are we going to do with it? Where are we
We'll
going to
wheel
put
it in anyway. Leave
Let's
it.
wheel it in
Wheel
anyway.
it in. Let's go to sleep. Let's worry about it tomorrow.
Perfect.
That's yeah. But it's this idea of someone going, right, is this definitely the best idea? And they go, yeah, and they look to the carpenter.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, it's going to take a while.
Yeah, we've got to get wood.
Well, you haven't put a door in.
Yeah.
How are we going to get out
Does it
there?
look like a horse?
It
This
is.
is the worst horse I've ever seen. Oh, it looks like a cow.
Wow, yeah, the udder's where we hide. There's a horse.
It's got no tail.
That's the rope that you climb up.
But I don't know if it's one of those things where, again, because we kind of learn these things at school, that somewhere along the line the truth of it has disappeared, and we are,
Well, I imagine it lost a bit in translation.
yeah.
Because in Eohippus in Greek means giant tank.
Right.
So that
yeah.
actually was a Sherman.
Yeah.
And it burst through and it shot them all.
Yeah.
But of course, down the years they've tried. Look at Carl's face. If everyone on webcam, Carl, just keep that face and look up to the camera. Right? Just get a look at that now. Play a record, Carl. Educating Carl. We should bring that back.
We should bring that back.
Yeah. What do you want to learn about next week?
We've told you about the Trojan horse.
Know anything about any freaks?
Oh, that'll big much. Placebo. This picture on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington.
Right.
So you've been educated there, haven't you?
Yeah,
Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Trojan horse. And that's of course where the phrase "beware Greeks bearing gifts" comes from.
Silence again.
Yeah. You ever heard that one?
Go on. What's that again?
Beware Greeks bearing gifts.
Right.
What do you think that means?
I don't know. I mean, what is that? Is that used worldwide or what? Will they say that in Greece as well, or? Because imagine Christmas Day is rubbish.
No, it doesn't actually mean beware Greeks bearing gifts. It's more to do with maybe it's too good to be true, or it's the opposite to don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Well, probably where it came from as well. Go
Justin
on.
from Southend emailed in. He just said, for the Trojans not to have spotted that it was a trick, they must have been the biggest bunch of moronic, ever to have walked the earth. Does Carl have any Trojan in him by any chance?
Cheeky, innit?
Eh?
What?
Never mind. I think that probably proves it.
I thought of another one like as well. I was saying, you may as well be hung for a sheep as a lamb.
I've never heard. I don't think I've heard that. I have heard, but I don't think I've ever used it in common parlance.
Well, it's like if you're going to do something, you might as well go the whole hog, depending on the outcome, because it's based on reality. That's why I like it, because obviously the poor people used to poach, and if they were caught stealing, a sheep or anything, they would be hung. So if you're going to get caught, don't steal a lamb. At least feed your family for a few weeks.
Right, sure.
Kill a sheep.
Yeah.
Actually hung for killing a sheep.
Your dad would be in trouble down in Wales, stealing stuff from that from that phone box.
Well, he has a couple of sayings, right?
Your father.
Yeah, I've never asked him what they mean.
Why would you? Ask
What-
Suzanne.
One is don't try and teach your granny to suck eggs.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means it's patronising. Of course I know that. You're talking to someone who knows more about this subject than you.
But how did that happen then? How did that saying come about?
Well, it's not. It's a totally made up thing. It's like your granny sucks eggs, doesn't she? Because she's older than you, and it's probably a lost art or something.
Right. And the other one,
Sucks eggs.
sucks
Yeah.
eggs,
Sucks eggs. Sorry, I thought you said something.
Don't nudge your granny when she's shaving.
What?
Sorry.
Don't nudge your granny while she's shaving.
don't nudge. Well,
that's
slower.
not-
I can't.
don't nudge.
your granny when she's having a shave.
Well, what is that in context? Because I can't work out what the analogy is there, because that might just be you when you were little, you used to run up to your granny while she was shaving or something.
But what?
And she
Why
kept-
is your granny shaving?
Well, then, what context is that said in? Tell me the last time your dad ever said that, and I'll try and work out what it means.
Can't remember. I can't. I don't
Are you
know.
sure these aren't specific to your granny?
Yeah, I was just saying, were you nudging your granny? She was going,
Yeah.
lost Carl.
She was shaving off her moustache.
Or giving herself a Brazilian.
That's grotesque. Suck an egg. Suck an egg. Suck an egg. Try and get that instead.
Oh God. That's made it worse. Carl's granny sucking eggs whilst us. That is
Give herself
my...
a Brazilian. We've no idea. I don't know what that means. Don't nudge your granny while she's shaving. What?
Yeah.
Parmesan?
I don't know. Maybe someone knows. You might be right. Maybe.
Well,
it's a
email
song.
in. Tell us.
Anyway, Rockbusters, Carl. Should we get the ball rolling? Let me just find the gifts here, the little treats. We've got the album from the Coral. You know what I think about that. We've got Comfort in Sound Feeder. Well, it's just a novelty record, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got on DVD more great comedy moments, favourite clips from the best of contemporary BBC comedy. We've got Partridge on the front there. We've got one of the guys from Red Dwarf and
Brilliant.
none of those good stuff on there. Smash Hits, the reunion, more great 80s tunes. Kajagoogoo's on there, plus some stuff.
Too shy?
It is too
Yeah,
shy.
yeah.
Actually, let me see if you can guess which one's
Go on.
Tiffany.
Well, yeah, I know it. The only one.
I think we're alone now.
Yeah, I think we're alone, yeah.